I think we'll do the pledge. Lord, I give you thanks for another opportunity to gather together and try to do what's right by this town, Lord, and by its residents. Pray that you be with us, Lord, give us wisdom and prudence and guide us in the right steps to do what's good by these town residents. Amen. All right, go ahead and call this workshop to order. Town council workshop on town budget. We'll go ahead and do the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And then, Kelly, if you don't mind doing the roll call
Mayor George Jacob Thomas,
here.
Councilmember Catherine Terry. Here. Councilmember Lonnie Harrell.
Here.
Councilmember Malcolm Merritt. Here. Councilmember Bill Coon.
Here.
Town Attorney Rex Fuller could not attend today.
Yes, no. Alright. For the town clerk, Kelly, for the next one, we gotta put your name in there.
Okay.
I just found
I
that.
can suggest that.
Yeah, I just got that. Alright. Additions, deletions, changes, and approval of the agenda. Right now, it's just going over the budget.
Just the budget,
Just the budget.
Move to approve the agenda as is.
Alright,
A second.
okay, all in favor say aye.
uh,
All opposed say nay. Alright, motion passes unanimously, it's approved as is. Okay, and then we'll go to public comments, if anyone has anything you wanna say. Or you
Well, I wanna talk about my raises, I don't know how to
yeah,
go
you
about
can,
that.
it's up to you, you can do it now, or I'm sure we'll get to it, or you can just do both, I'll give you an opportunity to speak later as well.
That's fine, I'm doing it. I mean,
Okay.
I don't really know how to do this, I'm not used to talking in front of you.
Okay. It would just be, you stand up,
Okay,
and move, point a little bit, and then just state your name, and then just kinda say, you know, what you're just advocating for.
okay. Well, my name is Buford Jenkins, I work for, let me see, I'm froze up again.
You work for us, or?
Yeah, Town of Fort White. I feel that, I guess I ain't had a raise in a while this time, you know, and for all the work that I do, that I don't see I get appreciation for it, so. I mean, I do, now when y'all got anything as far as equipment, or, you know, light bulbs, reach the light bulbs in the air, or put the, stuff for the, you know, the Christmas stuff, I have to do that, that's my job, because someone don't know how to work, can't work the equipment, or don't want to, or whatever, that's what they have me do. I work on all the equipment to keep them taking it to the shop to spend all the extra money on it. And, I've kept that backhoe going for a long time. I mean, it's falling apart, I have to repair it, you know. Every time somebody else comes and fixes it, it costs a lot more money, which I don't, you know, just my irony. Like when you're, like, let's bring it for instance, y'all bought two, it'll come to me. The,
Weed eaters, maybe?
no, it's for the lawnmowers, the,
Clutches.
clutches, clutches, right? They were $700 a piece. You could have fixed both clutches for less than $30. But y'all didn't want me doing it. Or I refuse to do it because I'm not getting paid to do it. You know, it's just, I'm tired. I think Buster should have stepped up. That's what I think Buster should have been here. But, and I just think I work on all the equipment, I should get paid for it, you know. Not just straight across the board, you know, everybody get the same amount. I should get paid, no matter what. I guess, yeah.
A question.
Yeah.
So are you the only one that knows how to fix the equipment and work on the
The
equipment?
lawnmower stuff, yes, now other people, certain things they can do, but that's why I don't like to bring them, I'd rather them come here and speak for themselves. There's some things they can do.
What do you do specifically that sets you apart, like your job?
Okay, if the lawnmowers, it don't crank. They don't know what to check, they don't know, you know. I ain't going into what they do, whatever, I'm just saying, when I got, you gotta check things out, check the wiring out. A lot of times it's just a switching bag. But they'll send it to the shop, back when Jeremiah was here, he was running, he'd send it to the shop, it's in the shop for 3 weeks. We get behind. Which I can fix it within, you know, whatever time it takes me to figure it out, switch, and replace the switch or jump the switch out, or whatever, until we get one. So. as far as the backhoe. Heck, we couldn't even use the backhoe part because the seat wouldn't work. I repaired the seat. If you were took that to a welder to, you know, fix the brakes and repair the seat, you could have gone, the seat's over $1,500. I used what we had out here in scrap. Got it, the one that everybody goes out here, it works right. You know, and usually when something goes down, Buster come to me, you can ask me. And say, you know, you fix this, I'll fix it. And then sometimes he'll make a joke, well, I'll leave him alone, you have to fix, you know. So he sits there and watches, you know, it's, I guess. And as far as the cemetery, Fort White Cemetery, I do all the mowing in Fort White Cemetery. Ever since people started complaining about the tombs getting hit, I'm the only one that mows the Fort White Cemetery. Gerald edges the cemetery. And then all of us, you know, the trees in there, we trim them up. As far as the mowing, that's me. The weed eating, that's me. You told me you didn't want herbicide anymore. So I weed eat it
I
now.
said I was running out.
Right.
We gotta talk to the council, but
Yeah, but the reason we herbicide it, because we got so far behind, you can herbicide it and it lasts 2 or 3 months. Which if you weed eat, you gotta weed eat every other week. So that's why that, so if you look at it right now, it's weed eat. It ain't mowed now because you see all the sand spurs. You can't get it wrapped up enough to mow it. But I
you can what?
the grass isn't high enough,
Oh,
you can't see it, all you see is them sand spurs,
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah.
So I pretty much take care of, Fort White Cemetery, 27 from the red light back, you know, to High Springs. 18, that's 90% of the time, I ain't saying all the time, sometimes if I get behind, Buster will jump on in and mow that, you know, 18. We split 47. Gerald gets 27 back this way. And Wilson Springs, you know, we try to get our section, we do. And if we get behind, we'll help the other out or whatever. But I'm gonna go in on that. But anyway, and then the park. But I think I keep up pretty good and I keep the equipment going. So, and I can pretty much anything they got I fix. And that's another thing. What y'all pay, y'all had to come work on the AC. Remember that?
Yeah.
What y'all pay? $300 something over $400?
Something.
It was a $15 part. Refrigeration is what I do. And back Miss Connie here, sometimes she let me do it, you know, go get the part, put it in. But I did the high school. All the refrigerating in high school, I did it. You know, I was a startup man in high school. So it ain't like, I got plenty of expertise on electrical, mechanical, because I did, you know, I did work in there. He knows, who knows about putwood and all that. Somebody, one of the trucks you work on, backhoes and stuff like that. You know, I work on all that stuff. We got a brand new backhoe out here that when we got it, the hydraulics leak. We know that, right? The hydraulics get down on the grappler. It's under warranty. It should be fixed now while it's sitting there. I mentioned it, I'm not mentioning it no more. I mentioned it y'all now. I won't mention it no more. But once the warranty's up, it's gonna cost us. But right now it's free. And there's certain lights that's on it, needs to be checked out. There's a book right there that tells you what the lights do. But I won't go further than that, so that's basically all I wanna say.
And how long have you been with the city? How
I've
long?
been here, I don't work, if you count starting with labor finders, I started with them because when my last job was, the owner died, when I worked in the last job I did was a school, with a hospital in Lake City. And I just got tired of going out of town, so I've been here about 5 years, if you count me working through, labor finders too. So.
Did you ever have a sit down with Carrie when she was the clerk as to what your duties were?
No, I don't think Carrie had to do what she was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just here, y'all gotta figure that out.
And
That- yeah, that,
I'm gonna use that statement to say that's a very fair statement.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of been the blind leading the blind.
Right.
For a while, and
Yeah.
that's not a fault of yours,
okay, I mean.
or
yeah,
Carrie's really.
Yeah, I mean, she's always seemed to, what I know, I don't know a whole lot about, you know, I think we're friends, you know. But, I don't think she no more try to, sue you.
You did good.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So, you said including the labor finder's time, 5 years,
Yeah.
how much, when did you start on the payroll for the town of Fort White? Do you know?
Yeah, I got it wrote down. Here. 21, 10 or 26 or 21.
10, 26, okay. And, have you got any raises since then? or-
Yes.
Okay, okay. And,
The last one was 12, 22, or 23, so the first check is to be 1, 5, 24.
and, do you know your current rate pay?
Am I paid now?
Yeah. 16 and up, okay.
And where'd you start at?
13.
13.
I mean, I've always moved up, and I do the best I can on whatever, no matter what job I do. That's just, don't matter if you're doing refrigeration or cleaning up food, you do your job best you can.
So, one other question, are you just asking the board in general for a raise, or are you asking for a certain amount, or just?
Well, I
consider
like having,
something?
to me, I say a minimum of 18. I think, I feel I'm worth that.
That's what you're looking for, okay.
And I just feel, if you give me the same as everybody else, then I need to do the same as everybody else. You know? That's what, and I think I've saved y'all a lot. I think the little money that I'm saving, one time you change the tire on the tractor, $600. I've done changed one on the back of it. And it didn't cost so nothing with other than my day's work. You know, cost me 2 hours to work, whatever. They charge you $600 when they came done.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the only thing I will say is that I personally appreciate, what you do for the town. I see you out there working, I see you, doing a good job, so I just wanna say you are appreciated, so, thank you.
So my birthday 18.
Well, that's something, thank you.
And if you was to get a raise, you wouldn't feel like that, like you're kind of feeling now? Like, should I work on that or should I just leave it alone?
No, if I get paid, I'm fine, I'll do whatever they ask me to do. You know, I don't care.
We won't hear
But I
six-
feel-
won't hear 6 months from now saying, well, that wasn't enough.
No, I ain't that way.
Well, I'm just asking.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm not that way.
I think it would be fair if you give a raise and hearing what he says that he does outside of his job duty is that maybe we look at the job description and the job title that he has. So in the future, we don't run into that. So if we do a description of his job title, and then that sets him aside from Gerald or, Buster or whoever, because he does things that they can't do.
Right.
So, and it's not necessarily in his job description that he does it. And I don't think in the future, even if he stopped doing it, if we don't have a job description that says that's included, there's nothing we can do about it. Like, so if he feels like it's more, work in the future, then we can't. So if we decide to do it, which I think is more than fair, and I think he's worth more than that with what he does, then I think we should also reclassify him in his job description also to specify what he does.
Yeah, because I think if, for example, one day he retires and whoever replaces him, I don't think your average worker is going to be able to do what he does. And then, and I'll say this too, to kind of like corroborate what he's saying. So so shortly after November when I got elected and I came, I check on y'all every other week or whatever. And since back then, and I told you that we should have kept a list, but we didn't. I can't remember the number. People say, hey, Mary, if you bring it up to the council, I can save y'all. This is 500. This is 1,000. I guess it's more of a knock on us that I didn't, with kind of how things were, I didn't feel comfortable bringing up anything related to anything about me spending money or whatever, or anything that would be perceived a certain way. But that wasn't on Earl, that's not Earl's fault at all. But to corroborate what he's saying, I was out there, he showed me when he welded the thing, when he was changing the tires, when he, with the AC, he asked me specifically. So, anyway, yeah,
Also, we could be doing stuff like the train depot. You mean, we replaced the wood there. Well, we change, I did all that wood, I did all that. But Buster come got me and said, well, let's go, we got what we needed. That's just like, you're gonna need some picnic tables done. Have they been done yet?
No.
That's because I haven't went and got the stuff to do it.
I've offered twice to get that lumber myself. It's not,
But-
for you, it would be silly because it's you leaving the job for that.
Right, and
Where, you know,
that's
I
why
get the
I don't
moves,
wanna,
they
I don't
know.
wanna get into all that, but I'm saying, Buster's, I think it ain't what you know, it's who you know to get the job done. Like Buster knows, okay, if I need something done, I'm gonna go to Earl. If I need this done, say, hey, he goes to Gerald, it depends on what you need each person to do. So, like now, the reason I said that, it's the depot, the trains out there. I offered to redo all that. We could do this. And the money goes with the people here instead of throwing it to somebody else and paying high dollar. We get a little bit of it, y'all get a little bit put in the savings or whatever. That was the thought,
I don't have Troy Cruz's email in front of me of the list of repairs needed for the depot.
Mhm.
If you're talking about the electrical, like the boxes are flopped over now, that would need to be a true,
Yeah, well, see,
That-
and that's
excuse
another.
me, that would need to be a true electrician.
Right.
But the things like the wood being replaced and buying a fire extinguisher and hanging it on the wall, those things should come from this office right here.
Yeah.
Because whoever replaced that wood while it was here on our grounds, just mistakenly put the wrong size in there. I mean, nobody's gonna ever fall there, but it's still
Come on,
not,
front porch.
there's, if you say the
Yeah,
part
what's
that's
that?
facing the
They're,
wood,
they're not thick enough.
correct,
Okay,
correct.
that was because they didn't wanna pay the extra, had the right size.
I agree, I
But
believe
it
you.
wasn't, we got what they told us to get.
Yeah.
So yeah, I told Buster ahead of time, he knew it, he told us to.
let the councilwoman finish, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just,
No, that's okay, sorry.
I think that Buster and maybe Bill, I don't know, but that Troy Cruz list needs to be completed. It's silly for have something that simple for so many months go unaddressed. And that's not on you at all. That's on this whole panel as well as in the office. And y'all can point fingers at me if you want.
well,
But that's just not acceptable. That depot is seen by every traveler that goes through this town, unless they're sleeping in the passenger seat or something. So that's something that needs to be addressed. Separate than that, I spoke with Buster about this whole situation because it was presented to us, the council, as if it had already been done. I talked with Buster and I talked with you. And at one point, the conversation between you and I'm not mad, I'm just loud because I'm talking now. I'm defending you. You had told me that you had begun to refuse doing the mechanical work because you weren't being paid for it.
correct.
But the mayor had informed you that he can write checks up to $500 to compensate you in that way. So that, and I'm not accusing him of doing that, because that would open up a whole nother can of worms.
Well, then, yeah,
We've got to do everything that we can by the rules. I think you should be compensated for doing those extra things. I don't think, and I'm not saying that you are saying this, but we can't give you $600 to change a tire, or $700 to change out a clutch. But an 18-hour hourly wage, $18 an hour hourly raise, would have to incorporate those types of duties. Yes.
that's what I was talking about. My pay rate, I do all that. That's how much money y'all save. Y'all pay $700, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm getting paid the same amount whether I just mow and fix the equipment, see, it's the same thing. I wasn't asking for no extra money.
But I'm just again pointing out, even if it's not in your job description, because it's kind of a gray area, if you just flat refuse, then that probably is gonna bring up more
Okay.
discontent.
One thing about that. Refuse to go get lumber is not in no way, shape or form in my description, you know. I mean, that would be my boss or foreman or whatever, you know what I mean? That's why I don't wanna go, I was busted with commission and spoke for me.
I never once said you refused to go get lumber, so that's
Yeah.
a
Sure.
whole separate.
So I agree with Monica. I think we need to look at the job descriptions and, we need to look at incorporating some of this into your job description and the council can look at, you know, increasing your pay at the same time. Well, we won't do the job description today, but we can look at increasing your pay today when we do the budget and then, you know, we'll look at the job description in the near future. That's a good idea.
Now let's, okay, so let's move on, because at some point we might get back to the salaries here at, you know.
Mr. Chair.
Oh,
I know Mike hasn't said anything, but he's here to introduce himself to the board. Did you want to speak now? I'm sure you don't want to sit here. We're going to go line by line over our budget, so you probably want to get on the road.
Not a problem. There's a couple of
Thank
cards.
you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Commission, and members of the audience. Mike Rankin, the owner of Planning Group, owned this company about 3 years. Worked for the company before that, and my history with dealing with city and county government goes back to the days of Missouri when I served as a city manager, deputy city manager, airport manager, planning and zoning, all the other aspects, economic development. And found my way into art out of Florida about 11 years ago with a job opportunity in Leesburg. So I'm appreciative of the opportunity to serve as your land planner, or your planner. We knocked out about 10 cases this afternoon, helping Kelly out there, so we're getting ramped up and ready to go. You'll see more of me. I'll be participating either through your website or live or Zoom call with clients, whatever we need to do. Gonna look at a couple of the formats you all have, comp plan, land development regulations, your codes, and see if we can respectfully sharpen our saw and make sure we're current in this century instead of maybe 2 years back. So got a lot to do and appreciate the opportunity. I'm a phone call away. You've got my personal cell phone on there. Carry it with me all the time. I work 7 days a week, do what I gotta do. So if you need something, you call me. If it's an emergency, you call me. So, and I'll leave cards with Kelly. So appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you and
Thanks
welcome.
for coming in. We're happy to have, go ahead.
Do we have the contract back with you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I signed it and Kelly, you have the contract back, correct?
I've not gotten back from you yet.
Oh, did we,
I asked you for it.
did Kat send it over?
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll get it.
I've got 2 things in my area, that's why I'm asking. If I guess we need to have a meeting on, the hardware store wanting to build on their bill.
Looked at it today.
You look at it?
Yes, sir.
What about the container business that wants to go in outside town here?
Looking at that as well.
So we're working on that.
Yeah, what I quickly did was looked at the setbacks, the buffers, those type of things, real simple things to see if it's worth the while to research them. They both look like they're doable, certainly the hardware store.
Do we need to have a planning and zoning meeting, or is that something y'all handle without us meeting with the planning and zoning?
In my opinion, and better understand how you're gonna operate in the future, I'm going to assume that I will be bringing plans to you guys for you to make a determination if it needs to go to the county, if it can go straight to,
On both of them, you're gonna get back with us?
oh yeah,
Cause they're both calling me.
yeah.
I mean, they're both eager to move forward.
Have her reach out to me if that'll help you,
Okay.
but I believe the hardware, Ace Hardware will probably be ready by tomorrow.
Okay.
That's great.
The preliminary,
I didn't think we had to have a plan of zoning on that, cause they're just building onto
yeah,
it. And the county handles the build,
yeah, they're doing a
Yeah, just
9,000
outside
foot
town, right,
expansion.
just outside town here, I didn't know.
Yeah.
So, You're working on it, too?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, and several others, yeah. Got a few that are challenged, but we'll get through it.
have y'all talked to either one of them?
No, I've got their numbers, contact information, so between Kelly and I, and whenever I reach out to somebody who's interested in Fort White, I'll always email Kelly so she knows who I'm talking to, and that way you guys have correspondence as well.
Okay, I just wanna let them know what's going on.
Alright, tell them we're on it.
They're pushing me.
I just want to thank you for hitting the ground running.
That's what I do, you know, been in your shoes, understand it, understand the budget things, understand what this gentleman's talking about, I get it.
Yes, sir.
Maybe we can help generate some additional revenue. So,
Thank
you. Thanks.
Thank you.
And I think it was you who found out his contact info and presented it, so I appreciate that you doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think it was, hopefully he'll be a good fit, so.
Struggle up.
Sound like you hit the ground running.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you.
Do
Yeah,
we need to explain anything further for Earl? I don't think we can make a motion for a raise at a workshop, is that true? And I don't know.
I don't think we can, are allowed to
You
vote
can't
on
make no
anything.
motion to it.
Well, I know that, I was just getting the mayor to say it.
Yeah.
And I was trying to see if Earl wants to sit through the whole thing, or if you can summarize what happens next for, him to be satisfied.
Okay, yeah, so we'll probably go through, we gotta go through the whole thing line by line.
Yeah.
But it sounds like if they're willing to give you the 18 an hour, so it sounds like it'll at least be good for that. Now, we won't, I don't think we'll vote on it until Monday, so whatever we agree on right here, like with this meeting, Kelly will make those changes and those updates.
Okay.
Then we'll read it on Monday, pass that on.
Sound good.
So
We appreciate
it.
it.
Good seeing you.
I think,
It's up to you if you wanna stay or if you wanna go, it's up to you.
I think I will.
Okay. Alright,
Thank
Thank
you.
y'all.
Yeah,
Thank you.
alright, I mean, I guess what are the thoughts or questions, comments, concerns on the budget as it is?
Did we want to go line by line and kind of go over everything? I mean, the obvious thing is kind of brush over them, and then things we need to discuss, go into more detail.
And I think the big, well, I mean, if you're talking about like, so we're 35, just a big picture, so we're 35 right now in the hole, on the operating side. I think, and we talked about it last time, probably most of that can come out of code enforcement, or at least part of that. Cause, you know, if we do some sort of like 1 day a week, you know, $200 a day or something, I don't think we'll need more than that. That would probably be like half of it right there.
Well, if we go line by line, I mean, we might
We can do that.
identify things,
We can do that. Yeah, we can do
rooms. But, I'm just looking at the first line, interest and dividends, I see, the 2024-25 budget was 23,000. And then up to date, it's like 9, and our proposed is 14. Do we know why there was a big drop from 2024 or 24-25 to now?
I don't know why the interest income amount was 23,000. Because when I spoke to Seco, yeah, because,
Personal funds,
what was that?
interest rates have gone, dividends have gone down. I mean, that's hit everybody in the household and, commercially. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Take care, have a good weekend.
All right,
You
thank you too. Yeah, so because when I spoke to Seacoast, our interest rate was, I believe, 1% or less. So I don't see how it was proposed. So that 9.5, that's about right. So that 9.5 number looks about right. Well, it's a little low, but that's only at the end of June. I think the 23 number was just too high. I don't know why it was 23.
Do you think it was some of that, COVID money that was in the bank?
Maybe, maybe.
Anyhow,
But I do think so I actually, in my little thing here, I do think the 14.4 is a little low. Because we're getting 3% from campus. That's one of the big reasons we switched.
right.
So I think that should be at least 18K realistically. And even 18K is probably a very conservative number. So
go ahead and change it to that,
I recommend we do because,
and that gives us more room.
So this was more of projected from the 1% that we were getting.
like, yeah, or like 1.5%, 2% or something, yeah. But like if we have, I know we typically have around,
So are we losing that to what with being safe?
He's
being safe,
18.
18 or 19. Yeah, it's pretty safe. 18.5, I think is pretty safe. I mean, you never know, but
18.5.
And that's calculated off of
the 3%. Oh, and that's so at any
the
given
amount that we have in the
yeah
18.5.
18.5 yeah.
And these others skim past, cause those are pretty much,
Constant.
pretty consistent.
And those if you look,
You know, I had a question about propane gas tax, so, is that for filling stations? Do we also collect that on like the exchanges at the convenience stores and dollar stores, or is that just for the refill station, do you know?
I had asked Connie a while ago, and honestly, I forgot. At some point, I knew the answer. I don't.
Cause it
Good
went
question.
from 1,500 to 2,000, now we're going to 2,200, I guess that's increasing.
Yeah, so that one looks like the estimate was a little low for whatever reason.
I have a question, I'm sorry guys. I know you guys are looking at your numbers, I'm just kind of following along with you guys. Do we know what those rates are for all those, local option fuel tax, discretionary sales tax, like how much you're actually getting? Is anyone verifying those numbers? Like,
Like what actual
discretionary
percentage?
sales tax you're getting whenever you pay sales tax. So that money, a portion of your sales tax goes to discretionary sales tax, gets collected by the county. That sends to Florida Department of Revenue. Florida Department of Revenue sends that to the county, and they're supposed to redistribute those funds. Is anybody verifying these numbers? Because the reports are online.
So I did research that, and there's a formula, you know, and it probably takes, you know, somebody who's good with algebra and all that stuff. But, I mean, it's a good point. It might be worth revisiting and looking to make sure that those, numbers are, you know, correct.
Because I'll say, also with the local option fuel tax, I know that we only get 1% of that. So there's an interlocal agreement with the county years ago, where the discussion was had, and Fort White was really just thrown in there, only gets 1% of that. Where the county gets about 75%, and Lake City gets the difference.
Yep.
So those are. And the reason I mentioned it is because when we were working on Main Street, I went over to Newberry and they told me you should look at your local fuel options and see how much money you can be getting from that. And again, I think that the propane, the electric, also those are things you guys need to kind of go back and look. And are you actually getting these back?
You know, you're basically saying, make
I
sure we're
think it
getting our
depends
fair
how
share.
long,
Correct.
I think it depends how long it all can be renegotiated.
Renegotiate.
They just they just redid it again last year, Columbia County, and we're still at 1%.
That's what I'm saying, I think we're getting the.
And that's for all fuel sold in the county, including New Fort White 3 gas stations.
What I think you had brought up at either one point was like, well, you can probably get the numbers from DOT and just see like the 3 gas stations in Fort White. What percent are they generating? 2% of the revenues in the county? Then maybe we should get 2%, or not. Are they generating less, and is 1% a good deal for us? We don't know. I agree. I think
All that needs to be looked at. When you guys are proposing your budget and you're not even sure what rate you're really getting, or you're supposed to be getting. The same, and then the budget's only to the last quarter, which I was just telling Kelly, like, technically the 30th would be the end of the third quarter, but you could run the report to to August and have a more real number when you're looking at your budget.
Right.
Because you're
Yeah.
almost 3 months behind.
the actuals. Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Who targets that? I mean,
I think I emailed Kelly and asked her about that, to get more up to date, for this year we're in, but, maybe we can have that by the last meeting, you know, next week when we approve it,
On Monday.
just to make sure we're pretty close. But I agree with Alex. I think we could, look at all these and just, you know, make sure that we're getting the portion or share that we're supposed to be getting, so. I don't know if that would come along when we get a new clerk, you know.
I think either someone from the council might have to take that on as a project and track that down, or we're gonna be, I'll take that. Or we'll probably be in a similar boat where we might have to hire some sort of like tax rate consulting and pay them $15,000 to do a study, you know. So I think either someone's gonna have to take that on, or, yeah.
I
That's
looked
what
at that
we're-
formula and I said, I can't determine whether.
I
we're
don't
getting
mind,
that
I don't
fair
mind taking a shot at it and hitting up the points of contact that, half the time, the people at the state will give you the answers.
Mhm.
They'll say, hey, this is kind of the average that we see. They'll say, hey, then you know who just renegotiated a new one is Archer, call Archer, and, you know,
Right.
you know.
Well, I don't think we can make motions today, but I think we can agree by consensus that we all, I mean, is everybody okay
Okay,
with Mayor?
I'll
looking
check
at
it
that?
down, yeah, I'll
Everybody down there?
commit to that, at least,
Yeah,
yeah, some of
we
these,
can give direction, we just
Yeah.
don't make motions.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
love for you
that's
to do it, cause I sure can't do
I
it.
can.
I can call and I can ask some questions, but when they start throwing out formulas and numbers, wait a minute.
The reports online for the discretionary sales tax and your local fuel, those are on Department of Revenue's website, and it's per county. So it's on there. You just gotta make sure what rate you're getting back from the county, so that would be your.
I agree, it's probably too late this year. All this probably can be renegotiated. This
Yeah.
probably hasn't been touched in a long
Years.
time.
Long time.
Because they're
As far
using,
between Fort White and Columbia County.
they're
Probably
using the
has not
funds for
been,
that.
probably done just like we fixed to do or doing.
Every time, yeah.
It could be, a lot of money could be being
Probably.
left on the table.
Probably could be renegotiated.
Alright, so, Mayor, you got all of our taxes.
That is a
and
good
all of them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
that's a big assignment.
God bless you.
Great point you brought up, Jack.
Then we got our franchise fees, I don't know if those are set.
Yeah, that's another thing. I was gonna look into it, and then I decided to go ahead and bow out, but, yeah, I can throw that on there and see.
The franchise fee,
Mhm.
Those are set.
That's what I thought.
It's what?
They are set. You guys have like an interlocal agreement with like Duke Energy for
that's one
franchise
of the
fees.
things, yeah.
So all of them, yeah.
But is that something that we have
If
not
we
revisited
renegotiate.
all and
Not
renegotiated in years
Probably.
also?
I don't know, Connie might have done it.
Yeah, maybe she would, yeah, she
I think I heard her talk about that before we do.
I think she implemented them, didn't she?
I don't know.
I think we're missing out on some stuff, and I think she might have implemented it.
But it's still worth doing
Yeah,
it to see
definitely,
if there's anything
100%.
getting left on the table.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
electricity is not getting cheaper.
Right.
Getting to these building permits and land use permits, Mike, before the meeting, he mentioned that, our permitting fees probably need to be looked at, and I know Connie,
We had just redone them.
did we ever get any approval on this?
I thought we did.
I think it might have got tabled.
No, they got approved, but they got lowered.
Huh?
They got tabled.
I thought it got voted in right at the end.
No.
I thought they voted in, but they just lowered.
No, the thing is, they were raising almost everything across the board. Some of them were like 100-something% increases. So the whole thing was just tabled.
I think you're right, because I remember
Okay.
you opposing the big increases.
Yeah.
I thought we went
He
back
is
and
right.
because I was
In this
mad.
case, because it was so ridiculous.
But, Mike actually said that he could help us develop some, fees just to cover, costs and stuff and charge a reasonable fee, so. We might be able to reach out to him and see what he suggests. He mentioned it before the meeting.
Land use oh, the other thing that, Earl had mentioned to me in the past is, like sometimes, and I think we've been doing it for free, but sometimes people will just want yard pickup. That's not necessarily on an easement, they just got, so they'll call the town workers and sometimes, but I think you're supposed to be charging like $25 or something for it.
I thought it was like, I think I had it done before, and I think when Connie was here, I think I charged, it was like 50 a load.
50, so that's another, but I mean, that's not probably gonna be a huge source of revenue.
You talking about like limbs and stuff? You
Mhm.
talking about like debris, not garbage?
Right,
Not
like
garbage.
yard,
Yeah,
like.
debris.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which I think most of that's covered in Waste Pro contract, isn't it? You got,
Not
No.
debris.
Mm-mm.
Not limbs and
bulk
stuff.
pickups a year.
I think you get, well, I don't know about Fort White. Columbia County, you get like once a year.
With Waste Pro, if it's not in your can, they're not gonna get it.
Well, I bundled up some limbs on last year after the storm and tied them all up and got those.
Well, that might have been something special.
That's
or
storm
whatever.
pay,
Oh,
they
yes.
get storm pay for
Right.
that.
Yeah, cause they might have something special going on there.
But I do think like, it may be in the contract and nobody just may be enforcing it, but I do recall when we were first doing this guard stuff and switching over to them, we had to pay this, is that they are supposed to do large household items and things like, I don't know if it's once or twice a year, or you could call them like once or twice and it's supposed to be done, but I don't think that nobody enforces
Knows
it
about it, yeah.
or knows about it.
I wasn't gonna bring that up tonight, but from when I spoke to a representative from the county, and I was like, hey, how come, like, what's up, do we have a different service in the county as far as what the Waste Pro? And he goes, it's one service, and I was like, but wait, like, if my brother lives in Three Rivers, and if we got an old washing machine, we'll just dump it in front of his house, cause they won't take it in front of my house. I was like, so why is it? And he's like, I don't know, but it's one. So maybe,
Yeah, it's all one contract
maybe
now.
they're just, I don't know, but I think they're supposed to do at least some level of that in the town of Fort White.
Yeah.
But I don't know, that's something I have to verify.
Yeah, we'll have to find out, cause I went to county commission meeting the other day. And a lady that was there from Waste Pro doing her little presentation, they were asking for more money. And they put up a slide that showed the services. And it was something like you're talking about bulk pickup twice a year or something they charge. But I don't know what that includes, I don't know if it's limbs and everything.
It's also something that I recall from way back. Like disabled or elderly citizens that they will pick up for free, and like as long as, like, they're not even responsible, like, so we have our trash out by the road, but if they're deemed as a disabled citizen or whatever, they actually go in their yard and get their trash cans, and they don't do that out there.
Yeah. So my.
But they would have to be notified
They would
to
have to
stop
be
at
notified.
963. And they
Yeah.
do that in Gainesville, they do, scheduled, like sofa, washing machine, whatever, but that would need to come from here
And we
to
know.
put on our site, like, okay, November 3rd is large pickup. But also just an example, what I said about the cans, I know that's true because I had some debris that I had bagged up in those recycle bags that you can buy at Home Depot or Lowe's. And I mean, they sat there and sat there and sat there, and so I called and tried to find out what's going on, and was told if it's not in the can, they're not responsible for picking it up. And I asked the guys on the truck several times, and the guy kinda on the down low said, my supervisor's behind me in the next car. And if I pick up something that's not in the can, then I'm gonna get in trouble for that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another, just to know what, cause we might have something on the table that the residents could be using, and we just don't know it.
That'd be just like that.
And that would, again, that would be on us to
It's
find
on
out
us.
those dates and
Yeah.
put it out there, or
Put it
the
on the website.
disabled thing, cause that's a big thing that you brought up.
It's like
Ms.
a
Mills.
PSA, public service announcement. Did you know you can get to per year, blah, blah,
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
blah. So rents, is that the gun club,
That's the gun club.
Yeah.
6,000?
We went past where we at, cause I was on permits, temple, and
skipped
So we
permits.
skip, cause we skipped, the half.
We skipped alcohol sales, come on.
Well, I was scanning all that. I'm surprised we sell 3,200 worth of cemetery plots. But that says 10,000
Yeah.
on 425, that's crazy.
Yeah, cause I think we charge a decent bid for them. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Are y'all skipping around or something?
Yeah, yes,
I did, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we skipped from the permits, which Mike, the planner, our new planner is gonna be looking at those for us, right?
Right.
Yeah, he said he could make some
We
recommendations.
skipped alcohol sales, are we okay with that?
Well, the revenue sharing of alcohol sales and half-cent sales tax, I mean, the mayor could look at all that and see,
I'm gonna look into it.
all that's like tax and revenue, right?
Okay,
Is
mobile
alcohol-
home license,
Is alcohol sales, is that like a permit, like a license?
That's the
I'm-
taxes we get off the alcohol.
The tax
Yes.
from the sales.
I don't know what the rate is and all that, so I don't know.
so the mayor's looking into all the tax and the
Right.
sales things.
Yeah.
So the next one, the mobile home license is something that's done through us or the county?
So we have an ordinance, and I believe they gotta pay us a fee.
An impact fee.
Yeah, I don't know how much it is, but apparently, if you look at it annualized, it'll be approximately 3,000, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, wait, it'll be approximately 2,800.
And the county pays us a fee.
The homeowner, or the person who wants to put the mobile home. or-
Oh, to get the license for it,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's if we don't move on, but
Okay, and then the cemetery sales as well.
Is mobile homes, they're currently allowed, right?
yeah, now, yeah.
There's an ordinance about restricting some, but yeah, you can do it.
I thought he said if we brought it back.
No, we said since we brought
Since
it
we
back.
brought it back, okay.
Cemetery sales should be way higher than $3,200.
Okay, so they had it as 10,000, but I think that was way too high because we only got 20. Now, this data is a little bit behind, so it might be closer to like 3,000 what we actually got. But
Well, they must be banning people without paying then, cause there's a
So-
fee on, there's a pretty good
Yeah.
fee on that.
which there is a pretty good, and that might, yeah, I don't know.
So I think what happened, and I know at the cemetery, the Black people
Right.
cemetery, is before the prices drastically changed, Connie and them sent out letters saying it's changing, if you don't get your plots, whatever, so people bought plots way in advance. So I know like in our family, if somebody passed, we already have plots paid for because we brought them at $500 when they were $500. So people are not coming each time somebody passed because we brought out plots in advance. So that's probably why it's so low, because probably about 2 years ago, everybody just brought up plots because they were so
So
cheap.
that's when it went to 10,000, that's because everybody's buying.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, because I know we probably spent about just 2,000 alone in our family just buying the plots because they were cheap.
But the Fort White Cemetery should have had more than that last year, from the people I
If they
seen
brought them
buried.
in advance.
If they had
We didn't offer that.
Oh, it was only at this
We haven't,
cemetery.
we just got the plat on this one around here, so we couldn't do
Okay,
that.
he's correct.
Now, that might be why we couldn't sell them,
Right,
so we couldn't sell nobody a plat, we didn't have it.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
You know, Fort White just got the plat of that cemetery last year. Paid the man to come and do it. We never decided what to do yet. I know we're gonna have the both cemeteries same price. But we haven't never made any move on this.
1,500.
I think it's 500 local, 1,000 in-state, and 1,500 out-of-state. I think,
It was
That's what
already
the price was.
500.
but we didn't raise it. We raised that one around there because it wasn't.
Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah, yeah,
here,
yeah.
I don't think it's 500 anymore. I think it's at least, I think it's
I don't
1,000.
think so. I think it's 500 if you live in Fort White.
Well, let's find out.
We can see, yeah.
I think both of them the same. That's what I'm saying. This one around here.
But I agree, it should be higher.
Yeah, it should be higher this year. That should go up.
Okay, well then we'll have to just pack, yeah,
Yeah,
that'll be enough.
that should go up because
We can,
if everybody pays it.
we can get some money, yeah. You know, that's a new lawnmower right there.
Speaking of that,
Well, we do a lot of maintenance in them cemeteries.
We
I
do.
mean,
Yeah, no, we,
that more than we need adds up.
Yeah, I would disagree.
speaking of that, the cemeteries, we have a problem with people just coming burying people here at the cemetery at Heavenly Rest up here.
What?
So we've had 2 occurrences where I think, Mr. Ronnie Jackson, he's over that cemetery, where we've had like, if you know a funeral, did somebody in your family die, people have just dumped bodies up there. Like, 2
Dump
bodies.
them or bury
Buried them.
them?
But not dumped them, they buried them, but without any approval, we didn't know anything, they don't have any plots there, the cemetery just the funeral home just come and bury them.
Ronnie told me about that, and he said they found a skull, and it was a whole big thing, because they had to disinter it, the state came out, they're like, what? Yeah, but probably just somebody just buried it and no one knew. Yeah, he did tell me about that.
And one thing, it happened this year, not too long ago, like 6 months ago, and he called and asked if the council know anything about a funeral that was happening there. The family that rented the community center,
Yes.
and they hadn't paid for a plot, no, I guess they just feel if they're related to somebody, they have a plot. That they could go just pick a plot. So, yeah, so that's happening.
Is it-
fenced?
Is it?
Is it
Do
It's fenced.
Is
Can we
there,
lock the drive-through gate where they can't get in there without
Well-
Ronnie's approval?
Wait,
You can't-
isn't the company,
The funeral homes, you have to show off. the
aren't they,
paperwork.
aren't they supposed to,
Show it to you.
like the funeral home people, like, hey,
If they're doing it on a Saturday and it's done and nobody knows it was done, who are the,
yeah, maybe
they,
not.
they should
Yeah.
be doing things. And it's just so happened that you ride by there and you see and you wonder, well, who's being buried? And then, of course, Mr. Jackson, he knows everybody that's supposed to be buried up there. He's like, I don't know anything about it. And I think we called Carrie or Kelly like the next Monday or whatever, and nobody knows about these people that are being buried up there.
I remember that at the community, because I remember them at the community center.
Well, the reason I asked about the gate is because I have a family member buried in a cemetery in North Lake City up around Deep Creek. And they have a drive-through gate for
And
the
then-
funeral vehicles and then a pedestrian gate. They lock the drive-through gate unless you reserve,
It's
the
supposed
funeral.
to
So maybe that's something we'll
Mr.
have to look
Jackson
at.
might be.
Let me tell you what happened when they locked that gate down there, that Fort White Cemetery. Johnny got more calls than she wanted. About these old ladies and old men can't get to their wife
Oh.
because they couldn't drive in. So we stopped it around there one time because grave got run over after a football game or something a couple of times. And Ronnie locked it up and that was a mess.
There's a lot of people that.
That was a big cemetery and that's hard to walk
Yeah.
across
And
that
then
cemetery.
This one is not completely fenced, so if you know the back way to go in that little side road, you can get in it either way.
It's kind of beginning to sound like you know too much.
Hey, I just thought it was interesting. I was like, what? Because they said it was even a lawsuit, like
Yeah.
Mr. Jackson, a couple of years ago, where a funeral home had to come and remove the body and take it
Wow.
wherever else.
I could be wrong, but I would think that every funeral home, the director or whomever's in charge needs to go through this office to put someone at either spot.
They should.
That's what
I-
We should
And I-
have, we
I
should
do
have signs
know-
up.
I do know something similar happened at the other one, because long ago, like you could buy so much land as a plot, and whoever you could pile in there is how they did it.
Mhm.
But now I think you have to have
In
each
that
person.
plotted.
Do we know if we have those records updated? Cause I remember last year and the year before that, when they were talking about all these sales for these plots, that families came up here and said, I bought this plot, so many years ago, and Connie was like, this is all the records we have and that's it. So do you even have an updated record of who
No.
owns the property? So if someone comes in and says, I own that plot, and you say, show me the paper, I don't have anything.
We have,
How do you
We
even
got
have
up, we had just gotten the plot about the time she quit.
Yeah.
We had just had it surveyed. So Doug,
For a whole section, for a whole separate
The whole
section.
old section, the
Correct.
whole old section has been surveyed,
Yeah,
and we have the surveys.
and you have the records
No,
of
there's not
those.
an update.
Hmm.
there's,
And you have the records of those that already bought, no?
No, they don't have a record of it.
So,
there's
to that point, like if someone passes away and goes to a funeral home to establish something, they come back in here and say, we're gonna bury so-and-so doesn't have a plot.
there are some old records there, because
There's something, but.
there's
it's
something,
not
because
a
that
lot.
happened earlier this year, and they're like, Kelly called me, and I was like, what was the record? She was like, I don't know. I was like, oh, well, I forgot what she ended up doing, but
Well, we
They
talked
pay
about it, if they couldn't bring nothing up here, saying that they had bought a plot, then they're going to have to pay. That's what
and
we
that
were
might
talking
not happen.
about. That's what or if it's not, there's some cornerstones out there.
Mhm.
If they don't have their cornerstones or a record saying they bought that plot, because that's when I said there's gonna be a bunch of bad people around there.
Yeah.
There were a
Buster
lot
really
of.
knows about where all the plots are. Buster's really good, and Earl is really good about who's where. They're a big help for that.
Yeah, but we gotta have those
From
records.
being
Okay,
out
all
there
right,
so often.
community center rental, moving on there, community center rental and deposits.
Here we go. Community center.
I was surprised how big that number is, which is good, but,
It's been all the time.
with more website work from us, it might even grow more. Rent
Yeah, come in.
your,
Community center deposits.
I'm sorry. We're having a meeting, but she's sitting off.
What is that about?
deposits, that's their security deposits they put down and get back.
Yeah, but why would, if they get it back, why should it be on the proposed side?
It's somewhere else where they took it off, because
Okay.
I questioned.
There's a refund.
There's a refund, right here, community center deposit refunds.
Okay,
But my thing was, it's different because not everybody can get their refund back,
right,
but it is taken away
I got you.
in this area.
Yeah, some of them we do end up keeping those deposits into
Yeah.
whatever. We use more in the theater.
Okay.
Okay, then we have the DOT reimbursements.
That's that, interlocal, we just re-signed with them.
Yeah,
Look
it's-
at that and see if it was negotiable or
I asked and she said
no.
no. Yeah.
We're bigger than you.
Yeah,
That's,
exactly.
that's for the mower lighting and traffic lights?
For, yes, the traffic signals, lighting, yes, yes.
Is more lighting going up? I see some on the ground.
They're replacing the poles. Yeah, we'll let him tell that
I
I
story.
heard some going up to the collective.
Yeah, I got them all. So all the ones that went up that were there apparently had a manufacturer defect that weren't properly sprayed coated, so they were already rusty.
Oh,
So DOT told them take them down and replace them, and they're like, oh, we could just go ahead and do the work. They're like, no, DOT's like, I want them brand new.
good.
So I got all the old ones. They're on my
Good.
property now.
I seen that,
But they got the new ones. They got the new ones
Okay,
being installed.
good.
seen that on those pages.
Yeah.
Was that just the pole or?
Just the
light
pole.
fixture?
No, just the actual pole. The light fixture, we have to figure out a light fixture.
It's still great.
Good
What is
luck.
this, what is this rents?
The rest, that's the gun club.
Oh, that's gonna do it, okay.
Retirement contribution, who gets retirement contributions? No, Connie.
It was Connie, actually, the only one this year, well, the only one right now would be Bustin. Well, actually, wait, that might include for when we do get the clerk.
Okay,
Yeah, that's probably what that is.
Actually, I don't know if that includes, we might have to increase that.
Yeah.
If it includes the new clerk, we might have to increase it. Actually, so we might, that might,
what do we contribute to?
What percentage?
I forgot. It's not a lot, it's, I think it's through the, it's a service that we get through, like, they'll match it, the Florida municipal something,
Like a 401k?
something like that, yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, let's find out about that.
We can look it up,
Gets
that's fine.
Does Buster get it?
I believe so,
Yes.
so we can look it up on his payroll thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a real good question mark about that.
Yeah, just make it as accurate.
Miscellaneous revenue.
3,000.
What is it? Oh, yard sale, okay.
Oh, yard sale.
Car sales and chambers.
That needs to stay in the, or be used solely for, put back into the pancake breakfast or the next yard sale or the Christmas parade. Is that what that line item represents?
Well, that's just that's just whatever the town makes, like from the yard sale, miscellaneous recent reimbursements, I wonder what they meant specifically by that, I know sometimes we get
Miscellaneous,
random money
where do you
back,
see reimbursements? I see revenue.
on the right hand
Over there.
side, in the notes,
Notes.
in the notes,
Oh, okay.
in the very right hand column.
It says this year we're up to 8,000, but that seems kind of high to me, because I don't.
To my knowledge, we had
$800.
$900.
Oh, you know what, I wonder if there was a big reimbursement that we weren't expecting or something, I don't know.
And what would that come from?
I don't know.
See what that is.
So I don't know. This is I'm trying to think if I ever remember getting like a random big reimbursement. I don't know.
So I guess we need to know what miscellaneous reimbursements are. I would like to know.
Yeah, if they recorded it in Quick,
$8,000,
the question is how they record it in QuickBooks, because we might not, they recorded it as miscellaneous reimbursements, then we'll know, but if not, then I don't know, we can track that down.
The reason it's good to know is because if it was a one-time thing, we can't count on that reoccurring.
Yeah, I agree.
Employee insurance contributions. So I asked about this a while back, I guess that's the Aflac or accident policy. And I heard there was only one.
We have an Aflac.
adjuster that's the only one that takes advantage of that.
There's another Aflac one. I think Earl canceled his. I think Gerald canceled his. I don't think Carrie was using it. I don't think Kelly uses it. So yeah, so it might just be us.
And we pay 100% of the accident policy on them.
I don't know what the rates for all that is, to be honest.
It says employee insurance contribution, so maybe we're receiving it from the employee and then we're paying
Yes,
the,
They pay so much of it.
yes, we withdraw from their payroll X amount, and then we pay it to Aflac.
Okay.
Yes, like
So this would be revenue here and then.
yeah, it's somewhere else on the other side.
it might show up as an Aflac or. But I think Aflac's who we use.
I flagged it, but I don't know where. Right here, insurance, it just says insurance on the other side. So what gets confusing is that it's, titled one thing on this side and then something else in expenses. But it says Aflac, where on this workers' comp, on the third page, it says insurance and it's for Aflac.
And I wonder if that might maybe go down a bit now that only bus are using it. Oh, maybe they're, yeah. that might be it. All right, that is
Donation.
donations, breakfast with Santa. I was gonna propose that we remove all donations, at least until we figure out a way to balance the rest of the budget. Just give the money away, but,
That's an income donation.
oh, I'm sorry, there's donations on the other side, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so the donations out. We still gotta come up with some kind of a guideline for that. We've talked about it a few times and.
I don't think we ever did.
What the council wants to do. on
For
that.
what?
For giving donations, like people coming in asking for the community
Yeah.
center for free. I mean, we gotta come up with some kind of a.
Or we even give, I think, some donations, like, we'll just give, I think the town has given out before, like, hey, we'll just give you $300.
Yeah, but we haven't done that. I don't think since you've, not that has
Yeah.
anything bad or good about you, but not since you've been in office.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna holler at Kelly for a minute. Kelly,
Yes, ma'am.
did you think to ask, the soccer woman what was the use of the community center in November?
It was
Oh, gosh.
for the tournament.
What? I did not. I apologize for that. No.
She wanted it for the tournament, but we needed to know like what for the tournament. Do you just want it for it to be open for restrooms, or are you actually having a banquet or something following that?
So specific purpose for that November date,
Yep, I'll find out.
and we can add that to Monday to
Yeah.
clear that
Yep.
issue?
I think we all agreed that if it was interest in renting it on those days, that we were gonna rent it.
And then we need to come up with a set amount for organizations that could be probably decreased, but not just totally
Right.
where
Like, yeah. Or whatever, just as long as it's consistent, so no one can say, oh. Right.
Public records requests, those are dictated by, I think $10 probably, pretty close.
Yeah, there's actually a resolution on public record requests and all that.
Not a big money generator.
No.
CDBG rehab grant, is this etched in stone here, is this what we are gonna get? Or-
That's the remaining. So I think like the accounting that Connie was doing, and I think Carrie just kept it up, is whatever we have left to use, we'll put that. So like if we used 30K of it from the 558 and we used whatever, I think it was 30 or so thousand, then we have 552 left to use. And then eventually when we use the whole 552, it'll zero out, and the expense has to match it.
So this money we already have?
Yeah, this was the approved grant amount that we'll be receiving.
Okay.
But I mean, we have houses scheduled to be
Yes, we do.
built to absorb that, so I mean,
Correct.
it's just a line item, there's no profit loss there, it's just a
Right.
washout.
Correct.
Correct.
And that is for both the CEP.
Yeah, the second one.
And we need to, once again, have some grant writers to keep that
Will she
alive.
be here Monday?
So I talked to her
Good,
and she'll be here Monday.
good, I saw it on the agenda, that's good.
She was
Good.
excited.
But,
Good.
Excited.
and that's good, but I mean, you can have 5 or 6 on different projects, and you don't even have to see them until they're ready to present, you know. Meet them, of course, but then they can do work at home and come, here's our thing. It will be presented on such and such date.
Okay, that's that, and then we'll be down to, this is where the expenses start.
Salary.
And that's for the clerks there.
So this is just for town hall.
Yeah.
So the clerk's salary is, or was, what, 40.
Carries, yeah.
I don't know if you all seen the resume that we have. I don't know, I was gonna call her, but I haven't got around to it. But I have a feeling based off of her qualifications, and she's a good one, like, what it looks like to hit the ground running, no training, this is what she has done. And I think we need to be ready to at least, now she applied, so she have to know that we ain't got this luxury pot laying around.
Yeah, she.
But I think that 40 is not.
Oh, no.
If she's, and that's the only resume I've seen right now.
Well, we already said 40 was not, 40 was kind of getting what you paid for, and I don't mean that negative in
Well,
any
that's
way.
true.
You guys upped it to 60 at the last meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we consider 60.
We consider
Yeah.
60.
yeah, we're not average,
Somebody put in an application for recent.
and I saw the application, and I went to the town site, and it's a different role than the clerk that would be in these shoes. But, excellent resume, but I don't want us to, okay, we got someone, let's get them. We need to keep it open and.
Oh, yeah, I was just saying that
Yeah.
she's that.
And I don't mean that negative in any way.
Right.
When we grab at whatever's out there, it has not been beneficial at times.
My thing is, I'm just saying, in the past, like, we've gotten, you get what you pay for.
Yeah,
Right.
So we can't expect to get competency and someone to hit the ground running with a $40,000 salary. That was my only thing.
Yeah.
Not that we're gonna go with this person
yeah.
or whatever. So if we did, I do have 60 wrote down here, but I don't think that we can't make a motion or anything,
Right.
We
know.
can change it to 60.
We're
But I'm
planning the
just
budget
asking
right now, so.
Yeah.
We're planning the budget right now.
Yeah, so I'm
we're
just
not-
asking to consider that in this, amount.
But I would suggest, look up her name under the town and then look at that job description. It's not quite the same setup. Like some towns have a manager and a clerk and
Mhm.
a deputy clerk or whatever. They're all a little bit different, so that just
I look at it.
educated me some.
Yeah, I think they have a town manager down there, and I think, what was their current custodian, records custodian or something like that? But she had been assistant town manager, or assistant town clerk.
Mhm.
We do need a records custodian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, now, my question to you is, since we're doing next year's budget, do we wanna hold it at 60, or do we wanna go ahead and budget
For 60.
a little more, like 65, to give us some leeway if we get a highly qualified person and they want 65, then we got that leeway.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt to have, because we can, yeah.
Cause Brett mentioned, here, there and everywhere, or they're making 60 plus. course, Brantford is making a little less, but they've got, you know, plenty of employees, so I don't.
Yeah,
you
we
know,
can go
I
65. Yeah.
Limit it to 60, Mr. Coon,
I wouldn't limit it to 60.
you wouldn't?
I wouldn't, it don't seem like we're getting a lot of responses so far
Yeah.
yet. I don't think it's out there where it needs to be yet, but I don't think, I don't think people are jumping on it.
Is it on, I know it's on League of Cities, cause I saw that, is it on, what's the one I don't?
Indeed.
Indeed, yeah.
So I talked
I
to
don't
Kelly,
think it's on any of that .com stuff that I would like to see it on.
I talked to Kelly, and she said that she tried to get in Indeed, and Connie had set it up, and she doesn't have a password. So she tried to recover it, and it was going to a phone number she didn't have access to. So she tried to do the security questions, she didn't have the information. And so she went through everything, called them, and said it was a dead end. I called them myself, you know, trying to help Kelly out. And I explained the situation. They told me that they would need the last 4 digits of the credit card used to set up the account, or the date of the last job posting that the town of Fort White put on Indeed. I tried Googling that, I couldn't find it.
It might be the same credit card. No.
Yeah, I asked them that. It
You
was-
know?
Why don't you just open a new account?
So Kelly, she told, or the guy I
I
talked
mean,
to
that would
told
be the
me
easiest thing to do, so hey,
that there's no way around those security questions, that we can't get answered, or can't contact Connie to get the code that they're sending to create a new account under the other email address, town@fortwhiteflorida.com. Said that should work. And he said if you try to create a new account with the same email, it's gonna say account already exists, but he said it should work. And he said they run into that problem all the time, you know, people leave and.
And Kelly, you couldn't recover. You couldn't do like an email recovery where they emailed. No.
Cause they always referred me back to, we already have an account open with that email address, cause I did both. And the credit card, last 4 digits of the credit card.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
But you would just be trying to recover it with that email, not open up another
It sends a
account.
code to a phone number, probably Connie's.
Okay.
So if somebody wants to call
I
Connie,
did that too.
do what?
I did that too, and, that, well, he wouldn't tell me what was on file either, so.
Yeah.
you know.
So I mean, if somebody has Connie's number and wants to call her, she might be able to give us the code, but they'd have to be on the computer doing it when she gets the code to put it, so.
Depends when it expires. Yeah.
for Indeed,
Indeed, yes.
I will call her.
But we would have to do the password reset, or she could give us the password. You know,
If she, oh yeah. If she knows the password.
I'll ask her. You know,
she could probably recover it and tell us the login information. So anyhow, the other alternative is to create a new account under, if it's got the old one under clerk, then the new one could be under town. So, and then I had a suggestion from someone who said that since we are hiring a clerk, but they are the town administrator, aka town manager, we might need to advertise town clerk / town manager. Because we might be getting a lot of people that just see town clerk and think it's a person who just handles records. And so they might be a clerk that, or a manager that would look at the job, but because they think that they're just a records custodian, they're flipping right past it. And that came from a town manager that said, you know, you probably, people see town clerk, they think of someone who just handles your records retention and public records requests and
Well,
stuff like that.
That kind of goes back with, in my opinion, of placing the advertisement with the right genre. And I think we're more in line this time with League of Cities and,
Maybe town administrator.
Yeah, you could do town administrator, town clerk, town administrator, like combined advertisement.
Town administrator. Okay.
Yeah, and then if we've already got them, it might be able to just edit it, you know. I know it's on the Clerks Association website. I know it's on the manager's website. I've been in touch with Kelly a couple times. She's got it on League of Cities. And is that it?
Lake City Reporter.
To the print ad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we gotta probably hit those other, you know, like Bill said, the big, you know, Indeed and
Yep.
whatever else, any other big,
There's a couple
I
more,
would say
yeah.
Indeed
Well,
really is the biggest one.
yeah.
like the
And
headhunters,
LinkedIn.
there's some headhunters out there too that try to
Oh,
find them for you.
Yeah, but they're gonna charge you.
Yeah, that's.
They're gonna charge, they're gonna charge a percentage, like what you had before.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about
Like
a
a
employment placement.
Yeah.
I got a niece that finds jobs for people and they just pay her a one-time fee. And so I don't know the name of her business, but she got her own business and she does stuff like, they call her headhunters. She goes down these lists that people send them and she tries to place them somewhere.
So if you have a position that they call them, like with the city of Gainesville, a hot market or something that's in their resolutions. If it's a hot market job, which means you have a problem getting it filled, it's been filled in the past, or it's a hot commodity like type job, instead of putting it on Indeed and source it, paying a thing like that, you will pay somebody called like a headhunter. And they'll just charge you a one-time fee and they'll go out and find your candidate for you and bring them back to you.
That's what she does.
I think you do have to update
Or did.
the job description for the town clerk. Cause I went through the one on League of Cities and stuff, and on there doesn't say that your clerk is your land development coordinator, none of that stuff. So I think if you're gonna look for a quality candidate, they need to know what they're getting into day one, so they don't come in here and then, oh, I thought I was just a custodian and kept records and that's it. And then as I go, I'm at the meetings, I'm doing all the other paperwork.
I think all the job descriptions need to be updated. They're ancient.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that we need to update all of the job descriptions.
We'll put that on next
I agree.
agenda, next 1 or 2 weeks.
Looking back, I don't know if we didn't have a steal with Connie. It's not what she was with everything. I mean,
if we had what?
a
Steal,
steal.
like
She was a
we got
steal.
with good
Well,
deal.
looking back,
Oh,
I'm saying looking back, I did not realize.
All the work.
Yes.
I will say Indeed, I looked at it, they do allow you to post jobs for free, but then you can do paid ones, which get more exposure.
Right.
So, I mean, we can do the free route or we can pay to, like, increase the exposure or whatever. I guess it comes up faster on the job search list and stuff like that. But there is another, I think it's like US Gov Jobs. And that's another government job site like League of Cities, but it's like nationwide. So I think we need to add it to that. Did you look at that one yet, Kelly?
No, I have not. What did you say was US Gov?
USA Jobs Log Up, that was federal.
Yeah, but it's nationwide. It's all government jobs. What I'm talking about.
Okay, okay, maybe I'm.
I don't know what it is exactly, but there's one that's
I've only seen federal
No,
it
jobs.
might be govjobs.com or something.
Okay, no,
No, it's not federal jobs. It's something like GovJobs or something.
oh,
But you can advertise all kinds of government jobs, municipalities, all that good stuff, but.
Okay, that's-
anyway, so yeah, so we'll bump it up to 65.
and then what else is included in that?
Oh, okay, so then I think Kelly put the description there as far as for her.
I asked Kelly about that. She said that she had herself down for 50,000 for 6 months, and that was to give us 3,000 or 3 months to find somebody and then 3 months to train somebody. And then I asked her what she was currently making, and then she was after the 6 months she was going to go back down to $2 more than what she was making now. I know we mentioned whenever we appointed her, or made her interim clerk, Miss Terry mentioned if needed, we could do additional pay.
Yeah.
But,
We didn't vote on any of that.
no, we didn't vote on it. And she said she hasn't, received any additional pay, but it was in the budget to give her 50,000. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a little less, that's less than 50.
Well, that's what she told me, 50,000.
Oh, okay. This number's different, okay.
Is that what she said, Kelly?
What's that?
Yeah, you had yourself down for 50K a year for 6 months.
No, that was for the clerk for when we talked about that last time, and then I was gonna be 24-hour for 6 months,
I thought that's what I have
and then
written.
go back down to 18 once she's trained.
Oh, okay, well, maybe I'll just figure out what 54 or 24 an hour, but,
For the first 5 months,
yeah, 24 an hour comes out about 49.9 a year.
49.
So that's what I was basing the 50
Oh,
on.
49.9 a year. But they don't do 40. I don't know that they don't do 40-hour weeks. It's from 9 to
Yeah,
4. So they're doing like I think 32-hour weeks,
Oh, okay.
and it's only for the first 5. Well, hers would be 6 months. Go ahead, Pastor.
I hate to bring this up, but I watched our last film. I don't get the person behind the curtain in that room. It's not very professional with us just yelling back and forth in the room.
Yeah. She told me that was her preference. I'm not gonna push it past that.
I did request before the meeting when she come out, and she said she didn't make a place to sit. I asked Red if he could make room. He slid over and made room. She said she didn't want to come out.
Connie used to sit over there before she, pretty much dominated the podium. It's just not very professional,
Yeah.
and we can clean up little things like that.
Yeah. I mean, we can't physically force her to come out. I mean, if I asked her, she told me she was more comfortable in there, so I don't know what y'all really want to do about that, but.
I mean, I look at Robert's rules, and it's said the secretary usually sits in close proximity to the chairman, so that you all can communicate and pass documents. But I mean, if y'all want to address that later or whatever, I mean, I agree with Ms. Terry. She is the interim clerk. It's in the clerk's job description. She has to call roll, take minutes, all that good stuff.
I don't want anyone uncomfortable, but we've gotta be professional. Like, we all noticed Earl got real uncomfortable there for a minute. We're all vulnerable.
Well, we're talking about her like she's not here.
Right.
She-
I mean,
Well, I mean, she is here.
For herself. So Miss Kelly, because I'm a go-to type person. Would you be opposed to joining us in the future for meetings so you'll be visible, talking, or tell us your preference of why you don't want to?
I would prefer to sit back here. It's just cameras and stuff like that, I don't like.
Are you wanted somewhere?
What's that?
Are you on America's Most Wanted
I
list?
know, right? No, it's just,
I had someone call me and ask me about it, and they said it's probably a violation of the sunshine laws because she's in another room. I said, but council, and he said, it doesn't matter, she's part of the council, she's the secretary. If she's gonna sit in another room, y'all should have her on a Zoom call and have her on TV. And I said, well, the council members discussed it at the last meeting. I was gonna ask Brett about it today, and he's not here, so.
I would ask Ray about it. I don't.
Well, let's once again move on.
I don't like it. I mean, it's a reflection on her, because this is a request as one of your supervisors, Kelly, and now two, but, it is what it is. And I don't like being, pretty much strong-armed into allowing it. Because we're down to one person in here, but, it is what it is. If the council doesn't want to take action right now.
I don't think we can't take action,
Yeah.
so we're just talking about it, like.
No, I'm saying not at this meeting, but if council doesn't want to take action because they're afraid we're gonna lose her, we don't have another clerk, then so be it, but I don't.
I'm not afraid we're gonna lose her. I would just respect what her preference was personally. I mean, it's not about.
But can you name one other meeting you've ever seen that the person that, the secretary was in another room that I can't think of any.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyhow,
The Wizard of Oz is the only other time I know
All right, so we'll put that at 6.5. All right, so
I do think that whenever we hire another clerk, so that we don't run into the predicament.
Job
again.
description,
Yes.
update.
We don't take
That
job
was all.
descriptions.
of. And on that same note, and I never know his name, Mr. Cook. He's one of the maintenance guys.
Gerald.
Gerald. Oh, yeah.
I'm here to, if we're gonna, Buster agreed that he was comfortable at topping at his salary. And I'm totally against touching his salary. demotion, his title, or his salary. But if we're gonna give Earl compensation, do we need to give Mr. Cook some additional compensation?
Well,
Yes,
let's get to it. Let's get to his, yeah, let's get to
Well,
his.
we're still at the admin, so we
Right, so
know,
let's-
what are we gonna include for, we're gonna do 65K for a clerk.
Mhm.
And then what are we gonna do for the assistant clerk?
Oh, right.
So 65K. And, you know, we don't have one right now, but I mean, we budget
So
for it.
so what do we wanna do? 24 an hour is what we were paying the temp agency.
Question,
And Kelly, yeah.
is 65K, is she gonna just work 7 hours a day, or are we going back to a full 8 hours a day like Connie was working?
No, Connie was doing
9 to 4?
9 to 4.
No, she was not.
Yes, it was.
This office was open at 7:30.
No.
No,
No.
no, I don't know. I'm talking about when I
Y'all
was
wrong.
elected. From when I was elected. From when I was elected.
Okay.
I don't know about prior to that.
But what he's asking, are we going back to,
To 40 hours.
to that?
I think as long as they're getting it all done to our satisfaction, then 65 is just the price that we pay for that expertise.
Up to 65.
Up to,
So
it could be
anywhere
less, it could be
in
60, it could be 50.
I don't think we jump out the gate and say, oh, we're giving 65.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like,
It's a salary
nobody
job.
ever offers the max amount that they're willing to pay. So we're starting at between this and this, and then we could find something.
And I said this and we agreed, but I just wanna say it again, that we've gotta get a rich pool before we,
Make a decision.
yes.
Agreed.
And what is the current hour? You said 32 hours a week.
Yeah,
32 hours a week.
or I think, or what is it, 9 to 4?
9 to 4.
If you do 40 hours a week, but you said you don't do 40 hours a week, that's 31.25 an hour. But if they're gonna be a salaried employee, that's their salary. It's not, this week I did, 40 hours, last week I did 35, I did 20. So if you're gonna offer it as a salary job, it's not an hourly pay.
Oh, I understand that, but I'm
I
trying
But you
to.
understand that,
can't
but
just
what
work a
hours
20
is
hour
this
week
gonna be
either.
open?
I mean, no.
So 9 to 4 is 7 hours, and then do they get a paid lunch break? 30-minute paid lunch break?
Yeah.
And they get like 30 minutes.
Anything over 6.5 hours, they have to have at least 30 minutes.
So why couldn't we do 8 to
We ought
5
to get paid for it.
and give them an hour off, and they can alternate
I agree with
lunch
that.
schedules?
Yeah, now, yeah.
Now the only
9
thing.
to, yeah.
The only thing we've run into would be, these meetings, they do work, the clerk, we had that
Well,
discussion.
no, we
But they're
can't,
salaried.
She's salaried,
we can't get into that because we're at a budget meeting.
Yeah,
no, I'm
We're
just talking
getting off
about,
of,
yeah, so
the
we're
pay.
talking about stuff that, I started.
Well,
But
it affects the budget.
it does affect the budget, the salary, yes.
I don't know, it's,
But now, I get 30 minutes lunch, I don't get paid for
okay,
it. Then, I mean, I wish I did, or I wish they'd let me off 30 minutes earlier, I wouldn't even stop, but 8 hour days plus 30 minutes for lunch, I work 8.5 hour day. The way I look at it.
yeah. I think, we're not making a decision on this, but I'm just giving my input, I think 8 to 5, and give them each an hour off for lunch, and they could, stagger the lunch breaks. One of them go to lunch at one time, or one of them go to lunch at another time. Or if y'all wanna just let them close it down, for a certain time.
9 has been a pickle for me because I've come up here a certain time trying to go before I go to work, and it's like, I can't pay or I can't do anything. Like, I haven't paid my business taxes because 9 o'clock I'm at work.
Yeah,
Like, and then by the time I get off, it's closed.
Yeah.
So it has been a problem for me. So I don't know about other citizens, but as a citizen, it's been a problem for me. 9
As
o'clock
a
has
working
been a problem.
citizen,
I think,
Right.
as a working citizen.
I think one morning should open as early as 7:30 and then they close at 4:30. And another morning, maybe open at 8:30 and close at 5:30.
Right.
Cause you have to consider the working people out there.
Or with it being the assistant clerk and I know this is off budget topic, but with it being an assistant clerk and a clerk, you may have one that wanna come in earlier and get off 30 minutes earlier every
Yeah.
day. And I think that would
Flex.
be more, for citizens, it would be more,
better off.
accessible, but that's something to discuss.
I agree. My only concern with that is I just want it in the first place. I just want to get people in the first place that are qualified that will do a good job before, because that may be one of the draws. They may say, "Oh, 9 to 4, yeah, I'll do 9 to 4 for 60K."
Well,
You see what I'm saying?
then I'll say it this way, that
Oh,
9 to
you too.
4 is unheard of. I was totally shocked when I found out, and I'm not saying they were wrong, but I was shocked that Connie and Debbie were, that this office, I should say, was 9 to 4. Because it doesn't allow any business, any person who's working, to come here.
Yeah, they have to take an hour, 2 hours off or
And
whatever.
then we don't offer any online services to pay for things.
Yeah.
So
I
you
mean,
sort
the
of,
whole-
if you're sort of put in a situation, you're gonna pay late fees, or you gotta find something outside of, I mean, to make it work. you know?
I don't mind going out on the limb and saying 9 to 4 is crazy. I mean, that's a job I'd take in a heartbeat.
But I think, so then, all I'm saying is, maybe let's just get someone. And then,
But we need
You
to
know what I'm
have a plan in place that we wanna get you, but this is the way it is. Your hours are 8 to 5.
for the clerk, that's sure, yeah.
And I'm not saying change her life, now you only eat at this time and you come in at this time. But that 9 to 4, you're not gonna find, 9 to 4, you're not gonna find that very often.
Yeah.
Because it does not serve the community as a whole. It's a problem, I don't mind saying that, it's a problem.
I think, when we look at the job descriptions, like Monica suggested, we also look at the hours. And, I would like to see 8 to 5.
Mr. Calm over here.
And that would give them, an hour lunch break. That's my personal thoughts on it. Now, with the clerk being salaried, I don't think we would have a problem with her getting extra hours. But we may wanna look at, both of them offsetting their hours for the meetings, throughout the week. One of them come in late and the other one come in on time, and one of them leave early to, make up. We probably would definitely have to offset Kelly, cause she can't get over 40 without getting paid overtime, but anyhow.
Anyway,
Going back to the pay, I got an email here from Kelly that I'll read. So I asked her about the pay, cause remember last meeting you called out to her in the office and asked her what she put in here for herself. And I asked her for clarification. She said, I'm at $16 now. That's what I started at. The town was paying the temp agency $24 an hour because they had a 50% markup. What was included in the budget that we're looking at here is $24 an hour. I proposed $24 for myself for 6 months until the new clerk was fully trained up, figuring 3 or so months to find someone, another 3 months of training. After that, I would go to 18, which is $2 more an hour more than what she's making now. So
yeah, that's what it says.
So my question is, we're gonna go with 65 for the clerk. Are we gonna authorize a temporary pay increase? Or we're not authorizing it today, but we would be including it in the budget for Kelly to get a temporary pay increase. I don't agree with going up to $50,000 a year. We were only paying Carrie $40,000. So if she's picked up Carrie's duties and the council wishes to pay her what Carrie was making, I'm okay with that, but not 50.
So the way that the city of Gainesville, and you'll hear me say the city of Gainesville because I work for the city of Gainesville. It's called special assignment pay, and there's a policy written for that. And you don't get the full salary of the person that left. Like, you don't get up to their salary. You get a certain percentage with the idea that you're not meeting their full job description, because you can't do their full job description and yours. So for the detrimental things that she does, like payroll and whatever, she gets a certain percentage of that pay. And special assignment pay, I think in the policy for the city of Gainesville is like up to 10% of that. Or you could do a one-time like lump sum, like this is what you get, and then, whatever. So, I mean, but it's a whole policy for that. It's not just to say we negotiate and we agree. It's called a special assignment policy, and you only get a percentage of pay.
School is like that.
Yeah, you don't match, you don't get the other person's salary just because they're gonna be doing that, so.
The other reason I was, saying could be okay with her getting what Carrie was getting is because we did make her interim clerk, so she is doing the
If-
clerk's job.
If she were getting what Carrie was getting, she'd be getting 26 an hour.
So I
Maybe like
figured, I
25.
figured numbers
Maybe like 25.
on 40 hours a week, so.
Right.
So the $24
It's like 25.
an hour based on 40 hours a week came out to like 50,000 years on my calculations. But with them only working 32 hours a week, that kind of changes things, so. But anyhow, what do you all want to
25.
budget for Kelly for the interim?
I'm okay with her getting 24 simply because Carrie was getting a little more than 24, like 25, 26, and Carrie had Kelly. Right now, Kelly is Carrie and Kelly by herself, and it's like a dollar less than what, and it's for the 6 months.
But I kind of go back to what Ms. Mary said, you know, you don't get your pay and the other person's pay. I mean, you get a bump, and I'm saying I would be okay with, but let me figure that out. So you're saying,
Well, she's not getting both pay because then she'd be getting what she's getting now plus 40K or something. She's not getting both pay.
I agree with giving her the 24 hours, $24 an hour, because we know, if anything, that if we had to go to agency, we're gonna pay them the $24 an hour. Right, minimum. Maybe the 6 months is what I'm held up on. So I say $24 an hour for 3 months, and then once we get a candidate or a clerk, then we can determine how much training that they need and how much more we want to continue paying it, because we may get a clerk that say, this is easy to me, I don't need, all of this, so for us to pay additional 3 months and we get a clerk that doesn't need that extensive training would be, a lot, but we've already agreed to it. So I say the 3 months is fair, and then after 3 months, we revisit it again, maybe, it's 24 hours, and then 3 months.
3 months, and then whenever it is after, what do y'all think about
The 18.
bump from to putting her to 18?
I'm fine.
so she's currently making
16.
16. So here's the problem. Now, Buster's out of the picture because he's capped out, and that was his own suggestion. But now Earl's asking for not a percentage, like an across the board, everybody get a cost of living raise. Earl's asking for a bump in pay. We're bumping up the clerk's pay to 65, and then we're gonna bump up Kelly arbitrarily $2 an hour. And then, that's pretty much everybody except for,
Gerald,
yeah, so are we gonna give him $2?
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
But I think it's a long time coming. It's low. These salaries here are low. It's horrible. So I think, even though we can't really, it's only fair. It's only.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If we do it for one, we gotta do it for all.
Yeah,
So-
but I think in the future, we need to set a policy and a merit thing or something in place so we don't run into this again all at one time. Like X amount of years, you get this, or every year you meet this and this and this, you get this. I think these are things that we don't have in place that we need to visit and put in place.
Performance reviews, and then you get 3%.
All of those things.
But these raises need to be under the understanding that the new job description,
There will be
Yeah.
new job
Yeah.
descriptions put in place, so we're agreeing to these raises in lieu of, we are revamping our job descriptions and,
and you might get a raise
Work.
before the job description is finalized, but
And I'll say, I don't necessarily agree that if we give one person a raise, we give everyone else a raise. I think we give we give value based on the value that we get. So like, I don't think bumping Kelly from 16 to 18 would be arbitrary. I think it's like, because I would say she'd be worth the 18. Same as Earl. I personally, I would have given her more, to be honest with you, because yeah, I've seen him save us money. I think with Earl, we're like getting money back, really.
But I say this, right now, we are giving everybody because we're so far behind. So right now, it's not based off of performance or value or, whatever. We can do that in the future, but right now, it's just a fair thing to do.
Catch up. And I mean, minimum wages went up too, so.
And I agree with that.
So as far as the 18 then, as far as the 18 an hour.
And here's another question. So if they're currently only working 32 hours a week, and we're talking about bumping them up to 40 hours a week, if we make their hourly pay, are we basing it on hourly pay, or are we gonna base it on yearly, like 40,000 a year for?
Just the clerk.
We'd have to see, what, then we gotta see.
Just the clerk will be on
Because
side.
then that's a big increase in expense right there too.
Right, so if we bump Kelly up to, you said, what, 18 an hour? 18 an hour times 32 hours a week times 52 weeks, that's 29.9.
Well, it's really like 50 weeks, right? Because they get holiday and they get time off. And they get,
Well, I'm just figuring 52
Yeah.
weeks a year. But if we do the 18 an hour and then
40
times 40, 720 times 52, yeah, that bumps it up to 37.4 a year.
From what?
From what was it, 29? Or from about 29.
Yeah, 29.
So that's an $8,000 increase. That's the other thing about increasing the hours is we either gotta make them salary, but then they'll be like, hey, at this I'm at 15, 14. I'll make what Gerald makes. Which we can do. I mean, we can do them just,
For the clerk, it's different because they're salary.
Yeah,
With the
salary,
hourly,
yeah.
that's out of the position. For Kelly, maybe not increase the hours, but the time frame that's worked, like 7:30 to something else, and then the clerk comes in maybe 30 minutes or an hour after her. So it's meeting the needs of the citizens and the public instead of 9 to 4, like a different set of hours to be worked. So I agree with, 32 hours being worked. I don't like the time frame, like 9 to 4. It doesn't meet the public's needs to
not
me.
at all.
I guess, is that a common, if that's a common complaint that the residents are saying, hey, we want it open earlier, then at that point I would probably agree with you. But I've never really heard that.
Hey, I want it open early.
I've never, okay, yeah, but I mean, I'm saying that's not.
I think it's just obvious. It's not hurt. It's just obvious that people go to work before 9 o'clock. People are not off by 4 o'clock. So you're missing the time, like pertinent time frames that working people do business.
Right. So basically what I'm hearing is we could make the clerk 8.5. And the Kelly would just remain 32 hours, which I think in the job description for assistant clerk, it does say 32 hours. But it can be up to 40, I guess, at the clerk's discretion. So we just keep Kelly at 32 hours.
Right.
And so bumping her pay up wouldn't really increase the yearly cost unless she worked over 32 hours.
Kelly, are you opposed to coming in earlier and getting off earlier?
Kind of, but that's all right.
Well, maybe the clerk might be okay coming in at 7:30.
Right, I was gonna say, we could,
Exactly.
talk about it with whoever we hire and just.
Like if the clerk is okay coming in at 7:30, but if the clerk is not, then we gotta figure out what we're gonna do.
Alright, so if we're gonna,
Then they won't accept the job, that's what the job requires, if that's what we agree upon.
But that's what I'm saying. And so then is that the hill we want to die on? Like, do we want to? If it comes to that, and I don't think it will, to be honest with you. I think
Yeah.
the clerk probably will
I'd
find
rather
it.
be the hill we climb than die on.
Yeah. Well,
It's kind of silly to be hostage to the employees.
Well, yeah, yeah, I'm like, if the alternative is no employees, you know, but I mean, but that, it might not get to that. Anyway, the 18 an hour.
I agree.
Okay, so we'll change the 24 for the 3 months, and then the 18 for the, also, she's been doing it for 16 an hour for a month now. Really, so she's dope. Okay. Next one, workers' comp.
Well, hold on, how much did we budget for that? We got 65, plus we gotta figure out what Kelly's is gonna be.
Hers would go down a little. The 65 would increase the 72 number, but hers would go down a little bit since we decreased the 24 an hour from 6 months to 3 months. So hers would make the total go down, but the clerk would make the total go back up.
Oh, so,
Unrelated, Bill, do you think that you were referring to 7:30 as the public works guys? Cause they do come in super early,
They work from 7:30 to 3:30.
but this office has been open from 9 to 4.
This office was open earlier than that.
But
I've
when?
been in here before, I know,
But when though?
I don't know.
It might have been a couple of years.
Can't tell you, no, it was when Connie was here,
Maybe
that's all I can tell you. I'm not sure. Cause y'all stuck on these hours, guys, you need to move along.
Yeah, I agree.
Cause about 5 o'clock, I've got to go.
Yeah, I agree.
No, we're moving along good until we hit this hour.
I don't see why we don't.
We
If you're
just
adjusting
plumb
the
stuck.
salaries, if you're adjusting the salaries, you guys can also adjust your FICA
5 minutes.
and your workman's comp, because those are also based on hours.
Exactly.
I think we agreed not to adjust the hours.
No, like the salary, like workman's
Oh.
comp is, sometimes based on your salary, and so is your social security, Medicare, all that, your liabilities are based
Yeah.
on your pay.
So we
So all that- those
50 to
numbers have to be
65,
adjusted
that's what
too.
we'll do.
so I'm looking at, if we paid her, the 24 for 3 months, that's 92.16.
But we don't have to, she'll put the numbers in there. We just gotta say what we're comfortable paying.
Oh, I thought we were adjusting the budget. That's
No,
72.
no, we're gonna say what we want, she'll do the work.
We gotta move forward.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, we don't gotta. put
One
that
more
on the spot.
thing as far as the help. Until last year, during the summer, we had part-time help mow. Last summer, this summer, we have not. This summer, probably didn't matter much, lawnmowers they tore up a lot. But we need to look at that. We need to look at about 3 months of part-time help to help keep this mowing caught up. So right now, these sidewalks, every one of these sidewalks in town can use some
With that, do you
love.
think that we can get with the, do the thing that the county does for students during the summer to get a job with the county or whatever, and we pay a certain percentage and the program handles all of that, getting us
I've not
somebody.
heard of it, but yes, I would love that.
Yeah.
I know exactly, I can't think of the name of it.
And there's not a lot of opportunities for the kids here in our community because we don't have businesses, so they either have to go to Lake City and work during the summer, or they don't have anything to do.
Swanee County Schools hires a boatload of kids
Yeah.
to do, like they'll move all the stuff in the classrooms and wax.
Yeah, so that may be an option for us, for a high school student.
It's a no benefit program, and I know what it is, and I'll think of it as soon
Yeah,
as I.
Columbia
think of
County has it,
it.
I just can't think of what it
Yeah.
is.
Alright. Workers' comp, town council salaries.
As you said, we may need to increase the workers' comp based off
Yeah, we'll
of
do
the
that.
increase there, but that's something that we can figure
Can
out.
you put the numbers in there?
And,
So ours should stay the same.
town council, I wanna get paid $1 million.
I think we-
Everybody else should raise.
Right.
I think we should add 2 or 3 zeros.
I'm willing to settle for it just because.
I'm like, Roy, I've been here 6 years, get the same thing.
This Aflac has 0 in there for the proposed insurance.
I think that's because all the workers can't, actually, it might need to be a little bit, cause I think Buster might still be using his. So it might be a little bit of both.
We're collecting it in the revenue side, so we need to put it going out on that side.
I think that's an error. I don't think they put
Where y'all at?
On the second
the second
page,
page.
page
And
2
where-
of 4.
Insurance, just a couple down from where we was at.
Wait.
That's still admin.
No.
It says Aflac, so
Just a couple down, under FIAC.
Well, this is my own.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
so is that
Okay.
0 because
Well,
none of the
it's supposed to
admin are
be
doing
that.
the insurance?
Just two down.
right.
And then the busters will be on another.
On the other one, on the old one, it was on a different page.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Aflac was on
Yeah,
a
yeah, wait, because this is town council. Yeah, this is town council.
I'm just not seeing that insurance.
Roads.
On page
Office
3.
employee mental cover.
Yeah, it's there. It's there. Well, but either way though, this is town council.
1,700, okay.
Yeah, so this is town council, so let's stay where we're at. And then the attorneys can go down a little bit. Cause it really is, if we do what he recommended and we only use it for 10 hours a month, it's $17.50 a month. So times 12 months, it's 21,000. But I'm thinking even if we need him a little more.
I think it's gonna be over 21.
Well, it was definitely over 21,000. That's for sure. But what do we want to put it at? Maybe we want to leave it at 30?
At the rate we're going, we
I
probably
think
need
we'll
to increase
leave
it.
him there.
At the rate we're going the first quarter, we're gonna strike out.
Exactly.
Well, it'll calm down once we've got the
Yeah.
sewage.
I didn't see it, I
Once the
know it's on
water-
there.
Yeah.
Thanks for Monday
I
night.
just leave that one the way it is.
Alright, so we can do that one. Alright.
And do we wanna take that 8% CPI out because
No, yeah, we take that out.
he's hourly?
Yeah, well. Alright, planning services is 10,000. I think that's what the contract was for that.
Oh, wait a minute, what about accounting services? Are we still paying the bookkeeper?
Nope.
No?
No.
Who's doing that since Carrie left?
Well, that's something else we got. That's something else we got to see about that. I mean, I know Kelly can do the basic stuff, like she can put it in QuickBooks and make the payments. But
So we,
In the long run.
when Carrie came on full time, she took over the bookkeeping. Should we contract that bookkeeper again
well,
until we get a clerk? I mean, it would kind of take a little bit of the load off of Kelly.
what I thought about and what I had spoken to Kelly about was having someone maybe like from Lake City or just coming, helping her or showing her occasionally. She can do the basic stuff in QuickBooks. Because when Donna was here, the accountant was here. She taught her, enough to do the basic stuff, like the payments go out and all that. But as far as like the monthly reconciliation, making sure everything is recorded exactly how it should be, so when we pull reports, it's accurate, and then we do the audit, everything's all messed up.
Bill, what do you think? Y'all hired one last time. What do you think about it now?
We hired one just for the payments would go out for it.
Is Donna who you're talking about?
Donna, or we could find someone. I think we should just. I think somebody from Lake City or the county would be willing to come and do, a couple hours a week for a little while. Because she's got the base. I mean, the payments are going
When he's saying that, does he mean free or do y'all know?
free. I think Lake City or the county would do it for free. Yeah.
You think somebody from the county, the way we argue with them, will come down and do it for free?
Or Lake City. I think so. But we could try.
I think she should have some time with Donna trained.
Well, there's something else we gotta talk about Monday night.
Yeah. So
When
we.
you're so smooth down there.
So what are y'all saying? Put like 2,000 for accounting services maybe?
What was she charging us a month?
Donna was charging, I believe, like $100 an hour.
When did it?
Yeah, when does his job position for the clerk close?
There wasn't a clue.
I don't think it's a closing date. I think it's just whenever we get whatever applicant.
Open ended until we get enough applicants to make a decision.
Yeah.
I would say, if you agree, Bill, put a certain amount in there for accounting services.
Yeah.
You said she was $100 an hour. What was her average a month?
I don't remember. Like $1,000. We only ended up paying her. We didn't end up paying her a whole lot, but it wasn't that much.
You want to put $500 a month in there?
She really was trying to help us out.
$500
Yeah,
a month?
That's
Yeah, it's 5 hours. Yeah.
But every month, like,
Well, until
For
we're,
bookkeeping, I mean, we don't have to spend that, but if,
no, I agree with it, I just thought you meant like for the whole year.
no,
No.
no, just for a few months.
Because I think Kelly should be trained,
Yeah.
get additional training from her regardless.
maybe,
That's just gonna strengthen her, which strengthens us. And I'm just gonna throw this out too, I think she should be trained, we need to hire that, website group that we did go with again, and have someone come in here and train her
only on the ones.
with the website, yeah. To get all these things posted and
Okay,
timely.
for accounting, so what do we want, put 1,500 in there?
That's good.
Just go
It'd be 500 a month for 3 months, and I don't know.
We'll put 1,500 in there, okay. And planning services, yeah, 10,000, I think that's the contract.
That's what he just, yeah. So, yeah. I think he just got that amount from our last year's budget.
Oh, okay. Inspection services, that's, I don't even know why that's in there, I don't know what that is.
Okay, move on.
That's been 0. Codification audit, oh, I wonder if that's the financial audit. If it is, we gotta put, it's 10 or 15K. We'll have to verify that, that might have to go up.
Codification, I think, is where Connie was gonna pay Civic Plus to codify our resolutions and ordinances so they'd be available online.
Oh, they're working on that,
They're not?
they're doing something. Yeah, they're doing something.
I don't know how much that costs, I think it's a couple $1,000, but
Codification audit, yeah, okay, we'll track that down.
that might be for the audit and codification of stuff, I don't know. The Powell Jones audit, do you know how much that costs?
That was, I think, 10K. Yeah,
Is that somewhere to?
I thought that was this one, but I think you're right with codification. I don't know where that one is. I don't know. where
So
that
let's
was.
see if we can find the amount that it's gonna cost to do the codification. Because actually, I was told too, in a conversation with Mike New, you know, who was the city manager at one time, he said when you do the codification of your ordinances and your resolutions, they'll codify your charter, and those two different charters, they'll combine them and codify.
I spoke to an attorney, I don't know how many months ago from Civic Plus, and she told me she said they were getting them ready and working on them, and at some point we have to review. As a matter of fact, I can, and we just have to review them. So it's actually, they might even be done.
So are you paying for that to, you know? Well, that's a flat fee.
I don't remember, I don't know. I just remember talking to the attorney. So I can actually, we can follow up with her, because maybe we just need to be at the point where we just need to actually be reviewing that. Yes, yeah, see what that. If I remember correctly, we were like paying them in installments as they were progressing with the work, but I don't remember what the amount was back when I spoke with the attorney.
Okay, step it up, guys. Postage, what did it cost alone for that, meeting that we sent out a notice for?
I don't know, because
Thank you so much.
the annualized doesn't include that.
Well, we will have to do something later, that the sewage is coming online, so that we can enforce that mandatory.
Mandatory hookup.
Yeah, so, we need to add any extra in there for that, but.
That would be a couple hundred. I said we just kind of keep going past that.
Alright.
Utilities,
That for town
I
hall,
think
depot,
so.
all that, combined,
I think so.
2,200 for the whole year.
That can't be right.
No, it's not right.
That might just be for actually, I don't know what it's for. Because I know there's utilities.
That can't be right.
There's utilities also for parks and cemeteries, and there's utilities for roads and streets for 18,000. Another utilities for 2,500, and then this utility for 2,200. So all in all, we're looking at $25,000 a year
For utilities.
in utilities. So a little over 2,000 a month. So I think that's probably about right.
That's just the office, I imagine.
This might just be the office or even the depot, to be honest.
Might be the depot,
It might just be the depot.
2,200 for air conditioning this place.
Might just be the depot, yeah.
It's gonna be pretty high, probably.
Okay, rental lease.
What is this, insurance?
Oh, I think that's Brown & Brown.
49,231 minus WC,
10,000.
WC.
What is this? Some sort of like rebate or something? Or
Speaking of insurance, I talked to David Kraus about insurance on that Ford. And he said that you have different options. He said you carry insurance on that Ford, like you carry insurance on town hall. It's everything. If it burns down, you carry replacement cost. But he said if you don't want to spend a lot on insurance and you want to accept it just so you can start applying for grants, he said you can get just like the bare minimum liability in case somebody were to jump the fence and get hurt in there. He said you might not have coverage if it burns down, to rebuild it, but he said if you just want to get it and keep your costs down, you can just get the bare minimum. He said you can call Brown & Brown and ask for your different options, but
I know Bill's got that out here now. We're on this too, so let's
What was the rental and the lease? What are we renting and leasing?
I don't know, but the 3,000 it sounds like
Equipment in there,
it sounds like it might be the
copy.
the printer.
Okay.
Oh, that is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember, he just presented that not long ago.
But then there's something down office supplies includes Macotech maintenance agreement.
I
The
think
rental
maintenance
and
is
the
different.
maintenance agreement were two separate things.
Yeah. Okay.
Repair and maintenance.
Repair and maintenance. Yeah. Advertising, we have, I think we need to put something in there for advertising. Our advertising costs are,
That legal notices and stuff.
I think that's for all the stuff that we do. When we put anything in the links to your reporter, when we put anything. So I think it's gonna be more than, I think it's gonna be, I don't know, 3,000, 4,000.
We have over 2,200, so.
And that was back then, we did a bunch more now, we'll be closer to probably 4.
Put that in
Put
there.
4, okay.
The repair and maintenance is not but 5,000.
Yeah,
We spent $3,300 on that truck just a month ago, didn't we?
yeah, but this is like for our
This
town hall
is
stuff.
just for town.
Oh,
hall.
town
Yeah,
hall,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay, I got you. Alright.
Miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous, oh, that's the breakfast with Santa stuff. We'll have 500 to give out. If we wanna do that. Then office supplies, operating, I don't know what the difference between office and operating, but. Oh, maybe pens.
What is
Communications.
the 7,500 communication?
Oh, wait, you know what? No, maybe we leave advertising alone. Maybe that's what is meant by communications.
You sure it's not cell phone?
All the advertising. No, it can't be 7,500.
Well, that's what I'm asking, because I don't know where the cell phone goes to be. It's communications, like all their telephones in the office here, the internet, and cell phone bills combined.
Maybe all of that combined might be that, yeah.
And then I know they have some kind of, security camera subscription. I don't know what that would be under.
Well, maybe under subscription. There's subscriptions and memberships one.
Kelly, do you know what the, did you say Simply Safe?
Yeah.
Do you know what that's under?
I don't know.
The
the
budget?
budget. I think
I do not, sorry.
the budget is about that. I think we just need to keep going.
Can you find that out for us and let us know?
Yeah.
I mean, not immediately, but
Okay.
you know, if you have to.
Equipment purchases, we have 0 for that. That should be covered under repair maintenance. Okay, subscriptions and memberships. Mileage, that's gone. We can remove mileage. Donation, we have 500 for donations.
I think I need that mileage reimbursement.
Yeah.
It's about 4 from here to the house.
Safe, now, I don't know what the safety officer. Oh.
That's it.
That's what it said.
Yeah. I was like a safety, I was, oh, we should have like a deputy. Okay.
We don't have that ad form attorney fees.
No.
That's probably never done, something like that.
Yeah. Then CDBG, the CDBGs, we got that. Main Street, we can remove that. All right, now this one, this parks and cemeteries, that's Gerald's pay. At 14 an hour.
Looks like to me, we gave everybody a $2 an hour raise.
And we're up to like 16,
So, what was it?
zero.
I would say, I would say $1 to 15. I think we gave Earl the $2 because
He does.
I agree with the $1.
because at this point we're gonna be even more than that 35K. Significantly more. Okay, then that's his worker, you know, his workers' comp, et cetera, et cetera. And then it's the, okay, parks and cemeteries, now this is the Busters and Earl pay and all that.
So what was the utilities for the cemetery?
I don't know how they had because then under Buster and non-utilities is 18, I don't know how they have.
Is there lights and stuff down there?
Where?
The cemeteries?
Right.
Why would they have
Water.
utilities? Water?
There's water there.
Yeah.
$2,500 for water.
Maybe water.
I don't think so.
No,
Why would we be paying for water if we're supplying the water?
I don't know if it's only water. I,
Electricity.
it seems like they were just allocating. I don't know how or why they were allocating this the way they were allocating it. But I don't know that we're gonna solve it right now. I think we need eventually when we have a good clerk who can do the breakdown and chill.
But I mean, do we need to budget $2,500 for utilities if we don't know of any utilities out there?
13. Well, we
Just
have.
leave it, move on, repair and maintenance.
Yeah.
We can always do an amendment later,
Yeah.
but just put that as a question, something with a question.
I know what it is.
Where did it go?
Repair and maintenance,
The parks and cemeteries, $500, leave it as is.
I say we leave the.
okay,
everything else.
communications, 0,
Yeah.
operating supplies,
300. We need that.
miscellaneous.
$100. We can leave that.
Okay, so now we're going to
Yeah.
roads and streets,
Mhm.
salaries,
So we're leaving Buster's as is and he's capped at the $26 an hour.
I want to scratch the until 26, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we can do that.
we get out of that retirement thing.
and then we've agreed.
For 18 and 15,
For 18.
agreed?
Well, we already did,
Gerald.
Gerald's under the other one, so this
Yeah.
is just Earl's.
So
We're
it'd be
doing
1
18.
at 26 and 1 at 18.
Yeah. I also wanted to say, for the record, and Buster isn't here, but somebody had asked him at the other meeting whether or not he knew about his pay or everything, and he said that he hadn't heard about it. But I called him on the phone and spoke with him about it. So, just for the record, I didn't want him on the count like that. I just kind of, I mean, I
No,
spoke
he
with him.
said he knew about it, and he wasn't gonna say anything about it until he heard what
Okay.
happened here. And he even sat there and he said that I feel like I have 1, 2, 3, 4 council members, backing me up.
Okay. I thought I heard someone ask him, and he said he didn't know anything about it.
No.
I remember being like, what? You definitely do. Good. Okay. All right. So anyway, so that's those salaries.
Okay,
Workers'
FICA,
comp,
temporary
insurance.
labor,
That's where the insurance comes. That's where the other insurance is.
So we're looking at retirement, 1560, is that?
That's gotta be Buster.
And again, that's just like a contribution to the 401k or something.
Last year we gave Christmas bonuses.
Cause y'all didn't get raises.
I remember that.
Well, this year we gave out raises, so get one or the other.
Y'all are way too, y'all know y'all mean.
Well,
Well, we cut that $2 an hour.
If it were up to
Did you
me,
get a bonus for Christmas?
no,
Huh?
no.
No, ain't start.
Bill,
I don't, I promise I don't. I didn't, I don't.
I don't, it don't feel good. I used to.
Hey,
I used to get a good.
I think that's something we
Yeah.
can consider going forward, but this
cut
year I think we did
we
raise.
cut that $2 an hour raise to $1 and then give them Christmas.
Y'all just cut one of them down from $2 to $1.
and because everything when we go back and recalculate this, we're gonna be in the hole even more. And that's my only thing. I personally would be making changes in the other direction to balance the budget, because it's the people's money, but we'll keep moving. Communications, utilities, repair and maintenance. Now, we have here 15,000 for repair and maintenance.
15,000.
Yeah, 15,000, and it looks like we only used 3,200 annualized.
Under roads and streets.
Oh, I'm on page 3. I'm about halfway down.
Oh,
Roads
okay.
and streets.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't jump way on down there.
I skip all the payroll stuff because that's just
Okay.
FICA. Oh yeah, because you had mentioned you were still on bonuses. You had mentioned that bonus.
Yeah. Repair and maintenance, 15,000.
So I think we could get. I think with just what we have there, we could get 1 or 2 new more. I mean,
More.
at least 1, if not 2.
Yeah, you gonna get one, you ain't gonna get 2.
But you were saying they cost. I was looking at some like industrial commercial ones online for like 6,000.
You
Oh,
get
yeah.
That ain't what we got now.
what you
I
pay.
mean, you
And
ain't
not
better
even
than
the
what
one
we
that I'm
got
looking
now.
at for my home to mow my lawn,
Really?
is 6,000, so where did you find out
20,
that?
24 years ago, I bought a commercial mower. I paid $11,000 for it.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
the town.
so maybe we.
I'm just saying,
Well, that gives us
with
one.
the government price, they're gonna be around 15 for a real mower.
And we're looking at these, I want us
I'm
to
talking
look,
about, I'm talking about a mower.
we're looking at all these things are coming out of our pocket right now because we don't have a grant writer.
That's right. I
Once
agree.
we get a grant writer, these are things that we get grants for.
Yes.
So we're looking at being upside down, but
Yeah.
once we get a good grant writer, these are some things that. we
More
may-
than one good grant writer.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll
At
start
least
with
We'll
one.
start
At
with
least-
one.
Yeah.
I'll take the one to start with.
But
yes.
just, I mean, to me, for this
Well, we
year,
haven't really put any effort into
I
getting them
agree,
to talk
one
about it.
hundred percent, we have not.
I would just think for me, for this year to balance the budget, I mean, that's on us. You know,
I would leave that and move on, and
Mm.
it'd be better just to show the deficit
All right.
and then to come out ahead.
Yes.
I agree.
gas, oil, okay, that's about that. See, and here's the other thing, for equipment purchases, we
It's
have another
15,000
we have
in.
another, but we only used, we had 15,000 allocated, but we only used about 500,
Well, there you go.
so 15,000, so we might be able to get the new mowers.
We're gonna have to get mowers.
Yeah,
So
Two of them around there staked on
Okay, leave that number
You're
and
saying
move
between
on.
repair maintenance and
And
equipment purchases,
equipment.
$30,000.
Mhm.
we can get at least one more, I mean, at
Yeah.
least.
I think we could get 2 with that.
But
Yeah.
25,000 for your code enforcement vehicle.
Right. That we're not
Yeah.
gonna use.
Okay, so here we are.
Need that.
Here we are, code enforcement officer salary, so I just put math, so if we do,
They're gonna be on a bicycle.
that's what I'm saying.
or one of them things that you stand on and you got no handlebars.
If we pay a code enforcement officer a little over, just right around like $200 a day, and we have them for 1 day out of the week, we don't need more than like 11,500.
And I don't think it'll be that much.
And that's 200. That's like $210.
Yeah, I
a day.
agree.
And it was either he's gonna. I mean, come on.
So let's take that
We haven't
30,000
used
down
one
to
in how long?
12,000.
12 is 12 is that's fine.
Yeah.
I would still say overshoot it than undercut it.
12.5. It really is like 11.5. We can put 12.5.
From 30,
Now that's a sweet job.
yes, from 30.
Yes, from 30. Yeah. FICA would go down to about a little half. Maybe we'll have. We'll have cut.
And so-
which probably 1,000.
My thoughts on that is, we get that full 8 hour day out of them and they like develop a policy for us because we really don't have one. So they can sit in the office and create a code enforcement policy and, you know, build it.
If they're administratively minded, if it's just someone who's just taking calls and writing around, he's like, I'm not developing crap.
Well, you don't
You
hire
know what
that
I'm
one. That's
No.
not your candidate.
But I mean, in the beginning, we need
But
to
then, now,
build it from the
no,
ground
come
up.
on, nothing, because now, so we can just do that and just not have code enforcement, or we can have code enforcement and figure out a way to develop a policy. You know, it's not necessarily gonna be all or one. Some people just, they're like, no, I don't wanna develop policy, I wanna do code enforcement.
Yeah, well, we gotta have somebody that's versatile.
But now, yeah, right, I agree, we
So we
should
dropped that down to 30 to
12 hours.
12. Alright.
the vehicle expense,
I know y'all talking about not getting one, but,
I say we just cut the whole 25 off.
I know Buster said that truck out there got some age on it. And if we do hire code enforcement, with us only having one vehicle, they would have to use that truck. So that would leave Buster and them without a truck. So do we look at buying a very inexpensive vehicle for code enforcement to use? Or we look at buying a new truck for maintenance and to use and then code enforcement to use the truck as a, I mean,
What I would recommend is, you're gonna get code enforcement, he's gonna get 1 or 2 calls a week max. He's gonna need a truck for maybe 30 minutes a week. I say he just bums it off the public work guys. And then I say, we just come up with a plan, either a grant or something, how we're gonna figure out with the budget, how we're gonna, as opposed to just spending reserves. But, or I would say just cut it 10 grand and get him just to pick up, he just needs to get around.
let's
Most
go-
1099 people, you factor in that we can require them to use their own vehicle and just pay mileage.
Pay mileage, yeah.
So, and then we just pay mileage on the calls that he's going out to, not just him sitting here reviewing things. So then we know the address where you're going and all that calls or whatever. And then we could pay mileage, which is way cheaper than buying a vehicle. So we just factored in whenever we hire them that we're gonna pay them mileage, but they're responsible for the vehicle.
So we could just cut it to 5,000 and give him Connie mileage.
So do we wanna change that from, vehicle to
Mileage.
transportation and just let
Yeah.
transportation expense and then we'll cut it down?
The county's fixing to have a auction on some pickups.
Oh, yeah?
I gotta ask them, do they send, because the last group they sent somewhere to have auctioned off. But they've got a bunch of pickups, that's pretty decent truck, better than this one probably.
They can just sell
I
us.
will ask them, I doubt they'll sell one, but I'm gonna see where their auction's gonna be. If you budget just a little bit of money, you might buy one at a real good rate,
Well, like 10, what do you think?
5, 10.
Okay, I'm only even okay leaving it at 10 just to see if we can get a.
So, yeah, if that's the case, then we could just get another vehicle.
I'm saying it's a pretty good trucks, I've seen them.
Well, we could ask them to donate one to us.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
And there are agencies out there, I know.
there are agencies that will, but I'm telling you, every time we get an argument with the county and then you wanna ask them for something, they're not gonna do nothing for us.
I know, but
They're
don't
not
hurt
gonna do
to
nothing
ask.
for us, that's not gonna happen.
But there are other agencies
Used
out there.
to, they'd give us a fleet of them.
From what I understand, Osceola County Sheriff's Department, they got a lot of money down there because of Disney and all that. They give their own
There used to
cars
be a
away
group,
after a
I
couple of
mean,
years.
There used to be a group, but we got graders and stuff from them. I mean, I'm like years and years, or a front end loader. And it used to get them from the forestry, used to do that years ago. I don't know if they still do it.
All right, so we'll put it at 10,000.
10,000. Oh,
I think you can get it, if you wanted to go that route, I think you could get a pretty decent truck for the county.
So you're gonna find out when the auction
I will
is?
find out where and when or how they do it.
Okay.
Because you can talk to Dewey Moore, which is over maintenance up there, and say, pick me out one that looks pretty good and we gonna bid them. That's in good shape, because he knows, he's head of maintenance up there. And he can say, that truck's in good shape, it's just time for it to go. So they've got some that look good.
and we might be able to negotiate a decent price with them before it goes to auction. That way, we
I
don't-
just don't know how to handle it.
Right, court expenses of $5,000.
So,
Right now, we don't have, I don't.
Maybe put it at 2,000.
Maybe, yeah.
What's that?
The court expenses for
Oh,
code
court.
enforcement. Because I think the first year is gonna be getting policy in place and all of that, so we're not gonna have.
Oh, you know who could help us with our code enforcement policy, maybe is our town planner.
Y'all wanna do lead court expenses out? Cause we
No.
don't plan on doing
I
that?
don't think,
Don't leave any of this out.
just in case, like, we have somebody that just is totally, you know, whatever. I don't see us spending the 2,000, but better to leave it there
2,500,
to.
20, what I put,
2,500.
Or we put 2,000, okay, y'all want the, I don't see it going half, I said 2,000, but what do y'all want to do?
And I'm not
If we
suggesting,
don't spend it, we don't spend it.
Okay, 2,000.
I'm not suggesting this at all, but we've got to discuss, and not this moment, but I just want to throw it as a reminder, that Blue Jay situation, the corner of Blue Jay and 27,
Oh, the guy that
Yeah,
cleared it out
they
there.
didn't do the tree study.
because that
Okay.
could be a possible court expense. Are you listening there?
I mean, really,
I don't want to snap my fingers at you.
we gotta find out if they actually, we gotta research and find out if they actually violated any ordinances or anything. I know Bill said he thought they did, but if we can't find it in writing, then we can't do nothing about it. And if we do find it in writing, then that may have the penalties in it. And then we gotta look at whether or not we wanna enforce those penalties.
I think if anything, I think what Bill was saying, he was supposed to plant. Like if you cut down a certain number of trees, you gotta plant a certain number of trees. I mean, I wouldn't take that to court, but
Yeah,
I would say he's trying to develop something. I would say, since we didn't have a town planner and everything was kind of screwy, I would say if he wants to put something there, that's good. I'll work with it, but yeah, but I see what you're saying.
You know, running into problems in the future when somebody else comes and say,
Yeah.
you tapped them on the hand, so tap me on the hand.
Yeah.
And they're gonna do it just because they found out that they did it and
I'm
got
not-
away with it.
I'm not saying make
Well,
that person a scapegoat, but we've got to get something in effect, because the sewage has opened the door for everybody to now want to be here.
Bill, what do you know about?
Could we budget for some hand soap for bathroom?
It's probably something right there in the closet.
Bill, what do you know about?
I like to do a little better than just water.
Yeah.
No.
What is that? Bill know what?
You know, what do you know about the lot? You mentioned that they can't clear that lot.
We have a tree ordinance in policy. And we got one. Because the reason I know about it is because when they built this rest home, well, not rest home, but whatever it is right here,
The ALF.
the ones that built it, they went around and around with Connie about what size trees they had to plant back. And that's all I know about it. I know for certain size trees, they took down, they gotta put something back out there.
So we need to find that.
We gotta find it.
Send them a letter and notify them.
And I know it was in effect when they built that, because I know the guy that built it, and I know he was, I talked to him regular, and him and Connie were going around and around about what they had to do.
Cause we're kind of plugging along here and not taking any action on it.
Yeah, we definitely need to do something, so somebody don't come up and do the same thing.
Yeah, I don't want to pass one and no return.
Good.
And the rest of this is community center.
Yeah.
It's just pretty standard.
That's, yeah.
And we got the same amount.
For repair and maintenance for the community center, $6,000, I don't think so such, because most of the repairs and maintenance the county does.
Well, but the one thing is, if we need like, because I was thinking, we didn't use
We
about
were-
4,000 of it, but we could get new chairs, new
We need
tables.
new
Yes.
We replaced them one time.
Oh,
out of
So I
something.
say let's leave it, so let's leave
Oh, I
it,
believe it, I know we need it.
let's leave it, yeah.
I was gonna mention, at the last year's Breakfast with Santa, that needs new electrical. The power things were going out, we were having multiple things on there, we can have, the power is really terrible.
And we just have to let the county know about that. They
Yeah,
come
there's
down
not
here and
enough
they asked for a
outlets.
list not too long ago. And I just didn't know. I know that there's like 2 ceiling fans that are glitchy, like come on and they don't.
Yeah, you have all the outlets going or
Well,
whatever,
All
and
of
they
those
just, they
things need
trip.
to be replaced.
It's too much power.
So I think, okay, 6,000 with the assumption or with the agreement that we need to upgrade some things.
At least some of the stuff, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, definitely.
okay.
We replaced them one time before, they could, you could push on a couple of wood lock, they'd fall down.
Those tables are shot down there now,
Yeah.
and that's me talking from a year
I
ago.
go to Lowe's and ask for
That's
some ceiling
not the same.
fans. They give away stuff all the time.
Who's that?
Lowe's.
Yeah, and if the county won't do it, we can just do
Yeah,
it and pay
and
the
if
200
Lowe's
bucks.
don't give it to you, then you just go to Home Depot and say, Lowe's didn't give us this amount, can y'all give, they gave you what? Let us, we'll give you this.
There we go. We'll go ahead
That's
and
true,
try that.
though.
They do,
I've done that with school, that's true.
they do.
Now, that's that. Now, the good thing is, we're on track. I think, maybe, that not, well, I don't know, I'm not gonna say that. Anyway, this year, I don't think we're actually, the budget was to be 140 in the hole. But this year, we might not actually be in the hole at all. This, as
You
of,
think it's
as
gonna
of,
break even?
as of Tuesday next week, that fiscal year. But we'll have to make sure everything is recorded properly in QuickBooks and pull an annual report
Before we,
and see,
Oh, wow,
and see.
that's great.
And
well, I know a big part of it was,
Code enforcement, that was
Some- yeah.
65 this year, Main Street was another.
but it's still, I
The
mean,
clerk's
it's still,
salary. Yeah.
that's very good for where it was at.
Yeah,
And
Good job.
I'd like to point out, with all those obstacles and we've turned over and turned over, and we've turned over, except Bill down there who's been here forever, we still made a lot of progress. So, we're doing good.
I think we're finally getting on track, and I'm liking that. I don't know if anybody else is, but I
Absolutely.
think it's been a long time coming, and we're finally making waves.
Yeah.
Instead of just,
I
Glad
agree.
for- yes.
Which brings us to the enterprise budget, where we're gonna make some money.
No, well, yes.
I mean, you gotta look at that real quick. I mean, we're gonna,
The enterprise budget, it's showing that we're gonna eat 8,500 out of the reserves. But that's because we'll make about 6,500 in interest. But if we wanna use the 15,000 for that study to give us the options about when to take back the plan, we can do that. And then when we do end up taking back over the plan, we'll have to do another budget and we'll well cover the 8,500. I mean, we'll make much more than that. Oh, yeah,
so that brings up something.
I think I hope.
So the North Florida Water Utility Authority had figures in their proposed budget for 25-26 for Fort White. And, I compared those to what you had in your thing, and it was a little bit lower revenue. So, but it kind of backed up what you were saying, and that there is money in there. And it was about $101,000 in their budget. Difference in revenue, cost and operation, and revenues received. So anyhow, I ran into Rocky Ford, I talked to him briefly, and he said, I mentioned that to him, and he said they're going over all of the, figures right now, with David Kraus, just to make sure that everything was in there, you know, the electricity for the plant, and they're going through everything right now and trying to get those numbers as accurate as possible. So, but my question is, I mean, since the council's already, well, I mean, I guess we don't know which
We gotta
direction we're gonna go. I was just wondering if we wanted to put numbers in there and use those numbers from their budget.
I say we gotta decide what we're even gonna do. 3 months, 6 months, and then at that point, I think we probably will have to do an amended budget.
Yeah.
But right now, we don't even, I mean, we have, we don't even, I just put the study in there so the guy can present us with his recommendations.
So right now, the only thing we're budgeting for is $15,000 to do the study.
To do the study.
Yeah. Okay. And I agree, we can amend it, once we get figures. I just didn't know if you all wanted to use the North Florida Water Utility Authority's figures.
Yeah, their figure, and I actually reduced the revenue by 10% on the numbers I use, just to be conservative, so that nobody would say, oh, the mayor, whatever. So, and it still showed we were in the green quite a bit, so. All right. Hold on. Motion to adjourn.
No, I guess we're done.
Yeah.
Are we?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Wait a minute, it's still light outside.
Yeah.
All right, is there a second?
Doing our part, is all. Yeah,
Is there a
so,
second?
so we gotta meet Monday night, right?
He made the motion. Okay, you
6 o'clock.
second. All fair side?
Aye.
What's the name?
Gotta meet Monday night, right?
Yeah, is it 6?
No, 6, yeah.
Yeah.